Look, it's going to be a very low-scoring game because both defenses
it's going to be a
crazy.
tight game.
Yeah. Look at Broncos, the way they defend, I think it's better than Penrith. Look,
man. No way.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Touchline Podcast, episode 43. I hope you're all having a good evening as always. Before anything, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and please follow us on our socials. And all right, boys, we're getting into it. How's your weekend?
Yeah, it's going good.
It's been all right, man. Did I tell you, boys? I already told you, boys. I saw Josh Reynolds at work.
You did.
I was saving this story for the podcast, man. Because it was a quick run-in. I was at work. I work at like a hospitality venue. I was at a club, and Josh Reynolds is there for a tab shoot. It's the tab promotion shoot. HR people, the office people were calling. Like, tell Bill that Josh Reynolds is down on the gaming floor.
Because they know your dog's
I ran from one. I'm telling you, I ran from one side of the club to the other. I was like, hey, Joshy, what's happening? This and that. It was so random. Just on it was a random Wednesday.
Unexpected.
I wanted to try to get him on the pod. I was still like, I didn't want to be a creep and going because he was downstairs. You know what that little restaurant is downstairs?
Yeah,
with the burger place. He was down there, and I was like, should I go in? Should I not? It's like with people. I don't want to be like that. But how's your boys?
Yeah, it was good. We went to the finals.
That was
if you haven't watched the vlog, make sure you go watch that.
We got a new camera. The quality is A1 now.
It's actually perfection.
I love it. Comments about
I actually loved it, man.
Yeah, perfect.
But another thing.
Tell me.
Before we get in the podcast, we've been hearing a few inklings online. We don't want to name the creator. We love this creator. Like we've done things with him online or whatever. Like we met him in person. Good bloke. But we heard about this we
actually spoke about it on Thursday, and we didn't.
He's claiming that we stole his theory and whatnot about the 2024 theory about how every 20 years the Bulldogs win a premiership. And I saw that there was a little debate, and we commented on it. Look, before we get into it, it's just some petty drama. It's not even drama, man. It's not. Whoever started it, we want the Bulldogs to be where they are. We want them to win the premiership.
We just want them to succeed.
That's it. Like we all have the same. No matter who started,
everyone has the same goals.
But just to defend ourselves and because we feel we're not in the wrong. We're like as in we like. I don't want to. It sounds petty even saying it. Like really, like the very first episode, we're the ones that started. We started 2024
like social media wise.
I'll put the clip on now on the screen where I was like, put your house on the Bulldogs 2024. That was the very first clip on the very first episode of the podcast. And this person's saying, as in, he had this theory from way back. Look, if it was before the podcast and before online, like we can't confirm.
We can't confirm
exactly.
Like he might have had. You might know who we're talking about. We don't want to name the name, you know what I mean? But we're not like that. But so he might have had this theory before TikTok.
Yeah, we weren't even on
YouTube,
TikTok.
Whatever.
Fair enough.
But we're claiming that it was we brought it to life online.
You're actually the first one that actually said it from 9 months ago.
It's such a petty thing, but I just wanted to address it.
Like it's a frustrating thing.
If I see, because look, I'm even going to prove it again. I'm going to put something on the screen now from. I think it was September 2022. I made a post about 74, 84, like the I was going to send it out to all these Bulldogs fan pages. To like, because I didn't hear about it up until we
mentioned it.
When we mentioned it, and how we started it.
And also our mates are massive fans.
Everyone
thought
about it. But I made that post. I put it on the screen again, as I said. My plan was to send it to all these Bulldogs fan pages, and then we started the podcast, and then I decided to say the theory. So we didn't steal anything from anyone. It's just some petty thing.
We didn't do anything wrong. We're the ones that created it from like months ago.
We found out.
As I said, of course, this person might have thought about this theory before. Fine, we can't prove that.
Exactly.
But like to back up what we're saying, to back up. Because we don't steal we don't steal content. That's not in our nature.
We're not that.
It just comes out of our minds.
No. It's just a theory.
It's just a natural thought.
And then we just put it online, and we're claiming that we were the first ones to put it online. It sounds petty. I don't want to talk about it.
I know. I think we should just let it go.
But we love this guy. He's a great guy, man.
Of course,
top bloke. Next year we're gonna have crazy like videos.
There's so much going on.
Yeah, just something to address. But we'll kickstart the podcast. Final week 3 was pretty interesting.
A lot of blowouts, man.
Blowouts, of course. 2 of the games.
So much going on,
But Anthony, do the honours and
I'll do my usuals.
For the last time, I think.
Penrith.
Last time this week. It's the last time.
I know. This is actually the last week, actually, because it's the grand final.
Yeah, that's right.
But we're going to get into the topic. So Penrith defeated Melbourne 38-4. And we were at the game.
Look, the first, I'll say... when Melbourne scored, it was an even game.
Yeah.
When Penrith scored the first one, To'o, then Justin Olam scored the second one. It was a very tight game. But ever since Melbourne scored their first try, I think Penrith just took control again.
Penrith,
they did.
They just proved why they're the dominant side. Like, they suffocated them in every single avenue, every single point of that game, field position wise, everything. To'o, amazing game, 3 tries.
What a season he's had.
Like, I didn't see that coming, but they just controlled him. They shut him down. They shut down Munster. They shut down Harry Grant. They shut down Jerome Hughes as well. So Penrith done a very, very good job with their defense and their attack as well.
To put in perspective, 87 to 67 completion rates.
Wow.
87 for Panthers, 67 for Melbourne.
That speaks what we're saying.
I think Melbourne had a very, very poor percentage and poor game. So I think Munster, he wasn't even clicked on.
Completion,
he even said it after the game.
Completion rate's very important.
100%.
The less errors you make, the less penalties you give away. It's just going to make you like to play your game, the game you want to play. You know,
Exactly.
How many times, like in any team, when if you constantly making errors, constantly giving penalties, it's going to affect your gameplay. You're not going to get the points you want. You're not going to show the style, the way you want to play. But Panthers, because they're so clinical, because they're so disciplined, and they just know what to do. That's why they put the scoreboard 38-4.
Like I've said multiple times about Melbourne, I feel they've lost their touch, and they're not the same. But I feel I'm very disappointed the way they came out in that final because if you want to make this a final, you have to match what Penrith are going to bring to you on that day, and they didn't match it at all. They just there was fear within them. Yes, the first 15 minutes, like I said, very good from them, but just after that, they just...
From day one, I've always been saying that. As in, like, how are Panthers... How did they even make it to the preliminary? I don't feel like they haven't been all season, as
Melbourne?
you said. Melbourne. They haven't been that side, that dominant side that we're
not the same
used
anymore.
to see.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's crazy to how they made it to the preliminary.
I don't think no one really gets scared of Melbourne anymore. I don't think they're a fear in the NRL anymore. I think Penrith are the only ones, and you could say Broncos too.
Yeah, of course, Broncos.
But Melbourne really disappoints me this time.
Yeah, and like Melbourne, look, it's the preliminary final. Regardless how good Panthers are, you got to be stepping up in those games. Like you got class players, Munster, Grant, Hughes. So it's disappointing how they played. They should have been playing much, much better. Cameron Munster, those Harry Grants, those players you're relying on to get the win.
Exactly.
You're talking not even win, just put a fight. You know, make the scoreline close, but they were not in the game at all.
It's basically nearly the same team they versed back in 2020.
Yeah.
Not the same
minus
lineup.
Cameron Smith.
Minus Cameron Smith.
That's a big factor.
And
Pappenhausen
captain,
was out.
Pappenhausen. But I'm saying...
With his injury as well,
But of course, Penrith have developed in the last 4 years. But I'm saying still the same lineup, but I just expected more from them.
That's a scary side, Penrith.
Yeah, too good.
They're very, very scary side.
It really scares me, that side.
Yeah, defense solid. Offense, like attackingly,
they're just hungry for
They make little errors. I think
they're hungry for that third title.
Bro, they're going to be looking for the 4-peat.
Yeah, they're actually going to.
They're going to be hungry. They want to dominate.
I think they said that in history. I think back in the 60s or 70s. I don't know which team. Parramatta. They went back to back to back.
Yeah, and from 82 to 81 to 83.
That's correct. Yeah. So they're doing the same thing as Parramatta Eels from a long time ago.
They're close, but let's move on to the other state. Queensland, Broncos and Warriors.
That was controversial.
42-12.
That
was a close game until that forward pass.
That controversial,
Not really. No. It wasn't a close game.
Personally,
no, it wasn't.
It was 24-12.
At halftime, it was 24-12. Broncos had the field position. They were just
second half. First half, it was all Broncos.
Yeah.
No, first 10 minutes. Warriors were like showing good signs.
Yeah.
Broncos.
I think Lesniak scored that intercept try.
Broncos took control completely. Yeah. Warriors didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
After the Sheds, they came back. You can see that first 20 minutes, Sean Johnson's kicking game was like brilliant.
Yeah.
The pressure they were putting on the kicks, all the players running up, keeping them in their own half. The pressure on them, and it was coming to the Warriors. Warriors were about to get that try, and until that forward pass, look, I'm not saying they were going to win the game. Of course not. They were up by 12, the Broncos, and they probably still would have won it.
Yeah.
But the game would have been closer had it not been for that forward pass, because that really ruined the momentum. Because once once they scored, Broncos just continued.
Even look at Walsh. He looked at the ref too.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
He looked back at the ref.
That pass was so forward.
It was like so obvious.
It was so forward that Stevie Wonder saw that pass. It's even as you said, Reece Walsh. You look at the replay. He's looking at the ref, waiting for him to blow that whistle,
and he didn't even call it.
And he didn't. It was back-to-back forward passes.
Answer quickly. What's your thoughts on Jarryd Hayne?
He's hopeless. He's actually the most hopeless referee. Look, I don't like referees in general, to be honest, because they do.
You made that clear.
You know, they just let it go and they do stupid calls. But like, if you see a forward pass, just call it on the field.
But regardless, the game wasn't going to Warriors.
No.
I feel like Warriors.
It didn't go that way.
I feel like Broncos gained a lot of meters in that middle area.
Yeah.
A lot of meters, like the forward pack, they were breaking them in the middle with the Warriors.
Of course, yeah.
And then they found a way to throw that ball to the outside backs, and that's how they got around the Warriors.
One of the biggest factors,
the offloads
destroyed it. Because the more you offload, you're going to keep on making meters.
23 offloads.
Because the defenders are out of their position, they're in the tackle. There's 3 players out of position, and there's spaces.
Didn't you say
run through
23 to 8 to Pen?
20, we get to it when we talk about it, but 23 offloads they had in that game.
Like Brisbane.
It reminds you of that. Remember that 2012? I know we always go back to the Bulldogs, but that 2012 Bulldogs side, how much they used to offload. It reminded me of that side. With the amount of offload, it just works for them.
That's what I love about the combinations back in the days. Dogs back in 2012 to 14. When they used to do the same combinations, it was.
It worked out.
That's why Warriors should have matched what Broncos were doing with offloads.
Exactly.
They can see offloads is what was making them struggle. They were struggling to cope with what Broncos were doing. If they were offloading, that could have been the same scenario for them.
I disappointed with Warriors because they could have done better, because there was moments in that game where terrible defending. That first try, Billy Walters, keep your eyes on the dummy half. Don't let your eyes get off you, because
finals too.
That's bound to happen. They're going to try and do something like that.
100%.
They go and score. I don't know if you saw Payne Haas when he made that run.
Yes.
That's
the bloke's a tank.
That's
Man.
so
Payne
easy.
Haas you can't mess up.
That's what I'm talking about. The middle. They gained so many meters in that middle.
Your preliminary final, you can't be doing that.
Exactly.
Bill even said top team where their attack is on point.
Exactly.
Bill even said like Warriors don't perform against the big teams.
100%. Look what I said. I said
the state way,
especially in Suncorp, mate. You can't win in Suncorp.
Exactly. Right.
It's a hostile. Why do you think they always talk about Suncorp around State of Origin time and how much it affects the New South Wales side? Exactly. It's true. It's a true thing.
Because their fans are passionate there. That's why Queensland's very passionate.
But like talking about the Broncos, even another thing, man, they usually don't complete in like the 80s area, 80% areas. Like they had 82% completion rates in that game. That's a bit rare for, because they're usually around the 75 to
Broncos.
78. But 82%, it could pose as a good thing in heading into the grand final.
Grand final now. Broncos Panthers. I think we caught it for a while. Like everyone knew when the final bracket came out. Everyone's saying Panthers Broncos. They're going through. Unless for Bill, he put Knights and
wasn't right.
That was the funniest thing on TikTok when I saw that. He was full predicting Newcastle and Warriors.
The momentum Knights had, man. I thought they were making it.
You got it wrong.
Why are you laughing? You Broncos wouldn't spoon.
That was at the beginning of the season.
Your Dogs first.
Yeah, I know. But unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Yeah, but it's grand final time. We've made it again. October period. Who's going to win?
I'm going to say Penrith.
Panthers.
Well, you're not quick. You want to do who you got while you're at it?
Let's talk about it.
Okay, so you always bring up who you got.
I don't know, because I'm saying
always make sure next
time
win. We're leaving it to the end of everything.
Okay.
I'm going to go. Yeah, I think Panthers, 100%.
Panthers are going for it.
I'm going to say Penrith. Why? Because look at the dynamic of Brian Toto, man. He always makes an impact, like when he always plays that good on the field. And you know what? Like, he's actually going to put a first try scorer. So
we'll leave that to who you got. We'll say that to who you got. Okay. but no, honestly,
I'm just saying my opinion.
I think it's a young Broncos team. Yes, they've got still a few experienced players. You look at Carrigan, Reynolds, Walsh, State of Origin players. But I think Penrith, they've been at that stage. They know how it feels, the pressure. They know how to cope with it. I think it's going to be. They'll get the win.
Surely they get it. I want them to get it. You know why? Everyone's been saying it online.
Walsh.
No, about
that theory.
Doggies win the next year, because the last time that happened with Parramatta, Doggies won it in '84. Yeah. But look, and there's two reasons. The Walsh reason. I've always been saying it. I hope Reece Walsh gets humbled. Surely he doesn't win the grand final.
Look, this reminds me of what's name. You know, Roosters when they won 2002 and 2003. When they beat Warriors. And
Penrith, I think.
Actually, no, they lost against Penrith in 2003. So after that, that's when Dogs won in 2004.
Yeah.
I don't know if you just remember. You're very young.
But I remember, like, I've seen the games and all that.
So because Penrith, they're winning like back-to-back premierships. This is going to remind me of for next year.
Look, but talking about Walsh, look, he's a fantastic player. We can all admit that. Very good player. He's going to be the next big thing, next big big fullback in the comp. But for me, it's just his cockiness and the show off he shows. Like, you can be the best player, but don't have that mentality this kid has.
Yeah.
There's so many ways you can show off your skills in that, but not the way he does it.
You said it. Kid. He's still a kid.
He'll develop and mature.
I don't like him too. I respect his ball playing skills, yes.
Yeah, he's
but as
top
a
player.
person, like, you see that video on my talking about it?
Yeah.
That little girl
That
was
was
like,
his, I think, daughter.
Was his daughter? I was his daughter.
Yeah,
I thought it was a random. But anyway, but I feel like just things like that is just for the cameras wise.
Yeah, look,
absolutely.
I remember Panthers that instant when they started winning games. Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, look how they celebrate. But again, they were kids. Yeah. But now you could see that they still celebrate, but the way they did, they've matured a bit.
They've done it before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But look, talking about that, you said Broncos have the Origin level, the Origin stars. I feel Origin's bigger than Grand Final.
We've always been saying that.
Yeah, so I feel that experience having the Origin is going to really help him in the Grand Final.
100%.
But the only reason why Panthers have won it twice. They know how to win it again.
Yes.
I mean, you're right, but most of those players on that Broncos team play together. As in, like, I know you get on a club footy level, but it's the same thing, really. Like, it's all about the big stage moments.
Exactly.
That's what it is. It doesn't matter if you're playing grand final back-to-back or state of origin. I feel like it's the same level.
Yeah.
But it does come in effect. But I feel like with experience, the talk around experience in this grand final,
absolutely, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be a thing we should be talking about.
I feel like we'll always compare this team to 2012 Bulldogs. It's like so similar. Yeah. And I feel Melbourne heading into that game, Melbourne, of course, everyone knew they're going to win it.
Top dogs.
Bulldogs are the Broncos. Broncos are entertaining. They're so fun to watch. It's like this team deserves the premiership. But I feel Panthers, they're going to just snatch it.
I hope to God they do.
I
hope to God. But what did Andrew John say? He's the only person that said this. He's the only person that picked this up. We're talking about the offloads. 23 offloads in that last game against Warriors, 8 with Penrith. If Broncos play the same like they did against Warriors, they're going to pose as a big threat to the Panthers.
Yeah.
With all those offloads that they're going to create opportunities. And then if Reece Walsh catches that ball while the Panthers are occupied on that one play, on that one attacker, that's he's gonna walk around.
Look, it's gonna be a very low scoring game because both defenses.
It's gonna be a
crazy.
tight game.
Yeah. Look at Broncos. The way they defend, I think it's better than Penrith. Look,
no way.
Look, Penrith. Don't get me wrong, strong defense. But what I've seen from Broncos lately, it's like both teams do defend as a unit, but there's just something about Broncos' defense. I don't know, just something about it just a bit different.
No, you can't compare from Penrith to Broncos because Penrith, their attack is good, their defense is good too. But I know they're going to come out both firing on the grand final day as well. But I think it's going to be a very tight game. It's going to be a close to an edge game.
100%. I reckon this might be better than.
I think it's going to be a better.
Don't mind me saying it. 2015. I reckon it's going to be better than.
That's what I was going to say. It reminds me of Brisbane and Cowboys game.
You got the two greatest teams in the comp right now.
Yeah.
You got the two best players in the league right now.
Absolutely.
Cleary, Walsh. Who's the most important player in this game?
I'm going to say Cleary, man. Nathan Cleary.
Halfback's always important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Halfback is important more than the fullback.
So you're saying if you get Cleary out, do you think Penrith win? What I'm trying to say, if Cleary's out, do Penrith win? If Walsh out, do Broncos win?
I think.
I don't know if that works out. I don't think that's going to work out like that.
Because Penrith have done without Cleary. Yeah.
Look,
and Broncos as well. To be fair,
Broncos, I feel need Reynolds more.
100%.
Because his ball skills.
No, Walsh is an X factor. You need an X factor in your game.
You need an X factor, but I get it.
I think Nathan Cleary is the X factor right now.
I get it. Like, he's a big factor in that team, Reece Walsh. But who's calling the shots? That halfback. The halfback's making those plays.
Absolutely. Because Nathan...
What were you saying?
No, I was saying because Nathan Cleary, you can't stop him. Yeah. He has perfect balance. He has all the experience.
The best
he has
player
all
in the comp.
Kicking skills.
And he has good kicking skills.
But don't mind Reece Walsh has that too.
Yeah.
Reece Walsh does have the ball playing skills.
He's good with catching.
Those long balls that he does.
Yeah.
He does have ball handling skills. So a lot of those, he has a lot of assists too. So that could be a factor too.
Well,
but I feel Nathan Cleary.
Nathan Cleary has to, because Warriors in that game were just kicking it to Walsh.
Yeah.
And that's why Walsh had that time, that space just to do what he wants to do. They kicked it once on the sideline and all the pressure was on him. He couldn't do anything. That's what what's it called have to do. Panthers kick the ball on the sideline. Because I remember, again, I'm going to refer back to 2012. Bulldogs were doing it to Slater. Yeah. They kept kicking on the side because I know once Slater grabs the ball, he's gonna do something. He's a big threat. Yeah. So Panthers, if they want to try and keep Walsh out of the game, just don't let him grab the ball.
Just go on the side.
that's what they should be doing.
Yeah.
That's the same with every single team in the
I think
league.
the experience they have, they'll
Exactly.
If you shut down Walsh, you win the game.
Yeah.
100%.
But
100%.
you know,
So,
yeah.
in a way, that's what I'm saying. I think Walsh is maybe an important player more than Cleary to Penrith.
Yeah.
Because there's a record I saw recently that Cleary, without him, they still perform.
Yeah.
So Walsh, without him, they have no spark
But
in
if
the
we're talking
back line.
about experience, big game player,
Then it's Nathan Cleary.
It's Nathan Cleary,
You
yeah.
think who was replacing Cleary?
But
when he was
who
injured?
done well in the
Who was it?
Ocean? Walsh did well in the Ocean.
Yeah, I know.
Who replaced Cleary?
Who
Cogger.
replaced- It was Cogger?
Cogger, yeah.
As number
Cogger,
seven?
Cogger.
Jack Cogger,
Jack
yeah.
Cogger.
Yeah, but
Jack Cogger.
you think Cogger will be playing on the same level on the big stage as Cleary?
No, probably
Yeah,
not.
Because
But
Nathan Cleary is way better.
yeah.
But
Look, that's a hard one.
If you see the comparison, bro, Nathan Cleary reminds me of like Andrew Johns,
Yeah, 100%.
Cooper
Thurston.
Cronk, and Jonathan Thurston.
He's a future great.
He's going to be the GOAT. probably
Future
later
model.
on.
Future
I'm going to
model.
say that.
Yeah.
He could be the probably GOAT
Yeah.
as a halfback. So
Look, he's always be compared to him.
Of course.
Compared to him. But now, if Panthers do win it, 3-peat, what does this mean heading into next season? And they're
done for. I told you earlier today. I think their premiership window has finally not closed, but let's say it's half closed.
Yeah, it
you got
is.
Crichton leaving. You got
Spencer Lindley going to
you
Roosters.
Look, bro, I know.
It's hard that they're losing their players.
No,
But-
they just
but
say-
look,
Backups,
I'm
man.
going to say this. Penrith will make finals next year,
Again.
but they won't make grand final.
We said
No, they will make grand
they
final.
will make it.
They won't win the
Bro,
grand final.
everyone said it this year. They won't make it this year because they've lost players.
Yeah.
Look, they made it again. Same state, same
Yeah.
situation. Lost few players. Back at it again. And I think next year they'll make it again.
I agree with Gus Good, how he said they could win the next 5 and 6
Wow.
in the next year. But of course, we know that's not happening next year
way.
because we know what the reason is.
way.
The streak is going to
Bulldogs
go end.
2024.
The streak's going to end for sure.
No, but like it has to close. I reckon, as Anthony said,
Yeah.
they'll make the 8. I don't agree with you about not making the finals. They will make the finals.
No, like I'm saying, they will.
They will
make
make the grand
yeah.
final.
But not grand final.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean grand final.
Yeah.
They will make grand final, but they won't win another. Surely they don't win 4. But maybe, I don't know.
Because
Maybe,
the team's going to change next
You
year.
say surely they don't do 4, but they're just under 3 maybe.
Yeah.
So you know what I
maybe
mean?
but we're talking about 4. Maybe they don't do the 3.
True.
Exactly.
Well,
I think
look,
the 3P is going
in
to
my
work out.
opinion-
So it's not
perfectly,
confirmed.
In my opinion, Broncos is a harder side than
Yeah, than
Panthers
any-
and South Sydney. Because
Yeah,
South Sydney
yeah.
didn't have Latrell Mitchell that year.
Yeah.
That's
Panthers-
right.
Broncos have a full squad playing.
Yeah.
So this
is
they
gonna
could
be
be,
tough.
they could be the ones to snatch it from them. But
Yeah.
I don't.
But
want
we
that to
can't
happen.
say until we
Look,
wait
I
for the
think
weekend.
it's going to
anyways.
be exciting grand final.
Exactly.
But I think we'll move on to who you got quickly before we move on to
let's
that.
do it.
So who you got sponsored by Supreme Punt. They're a punting team that picks the punts for you so that you can win big on your bets. So last week, we'll go through the points a bit. Anthony got 2 points. You predicted
still not
Panthers and Toto to get anytime try scorer.
That's correct. Yeah.
I got 7 points because I got Nathan Cleary man of the match alongside what you did.
Yep.
Bill got
5.
6 points.
And I got 7.
And Charbel got 7 points.
That's
We're gonna
good.
get 6-4.
Because you didn't put Toto.
Boys,
anytime.
before we get into who got, you guys, you 3 have to do a forfeit still.
Okay.
For what?
You
'Cause
lost the,
I
you lost
actually
the
reminded
quiz.
you all, yeah.
You lost
I still haven't done
Yeah,
it.
we're
Yeah.
still,
Actually, that was
we're
back
still
at-
doing it because
in
the
1982.
winner of this chooses a forfeit for all of us.
Okay.
I'm 1 point behind you, by the
No,
way.
what? It's the loser of this.
Yeah,
gonna be me
yeah.
for
So
sure.
It
the one
should
that
be all of us get it.
so the one that comes last.
Yeah.
Okay. Do
Okay.
Yeah, it's me.
So the total points is 27 Anthony, I'm 37, Bill's 42, Charbel's 41.
I was not the winner.
So the winner chooses the forfeit for the loser.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
fair enough.
Okay.
Anthony, score prediction for the grand final.
So this is going to be the last game for the NRL. I think it's going to be a 1 point difference. This is going to go extra time. So I'm going to say Penrith 13-12.
Okay.
13-12.
Okay, Panthers 13-12.
It's going to be the last game, bro. It's going to remind me of 2015.
I
that's
went
my opinion.
18-14 Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah. This has to be a close game.
I went 14-12 Panthers.
Yeah, that's good.
18-16 Cowboys Penrith.
Cowboys.
So 14-12 Panthers. Charbel, what did you go?
18-16 Penrith.
So it's all 2 points.
Okay. Hold up.
Yeah. That,
Panthers. Okay, Anthony, anytime try scorer.
we're going to go with our boy, Stephen Crichton. Stephen Crichton.
Good pick.
I
Because
went,
he didn't put a try.
I went Brian
week.
Toto.
Yeah,
He's
against...
I went Toto just on form. You
Yeah.
can't not have him. Bill?
Reece Walsh.
Reece.
Yeah, he
Walsh,
probably will.
Charbel.
I went
fuck
Katoni
it.
Stags.
Katoni Stags.
Really can't stand Reece Walsh, man.
Anthony, first try scorer.
I'm going to say Brian Toto. First try scorer.
Brian Toto. I went Herbie Farnworth. I want him first try
That's
scorer.
all right, that's a nice
That's
one.
a very good one.
Brian Toto.
For me, Stephen Crichton.
Okay. Charbel, who'd you go?
Stephen Crichton.
Oh, you know what? You should put what's name? Clive Churchill. What's name?
Oh,
as well.
yeah.
We forgot about that.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay,
we'll do
that's
after
man
the
of the match.
after
Oh,
yeah.
that's man of the match.
Man of the match.
That's man of the match.
Yeah,
That's
or
the
the
Clive
Clive. No, it's different.
Yeah,
Clive Churchill is man of the match.
It's a man of the match, yeah.
Okay. Now man of the match, of course. So Clive Churchill,
Yeah.
Anthony.
We're gonna stick with Nathan Cleary.
Yeah, I think Cleary will get
I'm
it.
going Cleary.
Cleary's
He hasn't
gonna
got
get
it.
again. No, he hasn't got it yet.
I feel like Dylan Edwards will go back
Again?
to back.
Oh,
You
okay.
reckon?
You know, if he wins this, he'll be in. I think next to 2 other people that have done it before.
Got it. I'll go
So
Cleary.
I'm going Dylan Edwards. I think he's gonna play a good game.
Okay, Charbel with Nathan Cleary.
went
And
Cleary.
final one, Anthony Bold prediction. I love Anthony's bold prediction.
4 tries, 2 line assists.
You know what? I'm gonna say Brian Toto double
So-
and Cleary field goal.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's gonna be a close game. So double try and a field goal. Field goal for Nathan Cleary.
Okay, that's it. Fair enough. I went Broncos to lead 12-6 at halftime.
12-6?
Yeah.
Broncos, okay.
Yeah.
I said halftime Broncos 8-0.
8-0.
8-0.
Broncos 8-0.
You can't put A6.
8-0. I was there, I was there. I'm from the
And
future.
put me score below
you
10.
know.
Halftime.
I know that.
Halftime.
Score below 10.
Oh, well.
You know I'm
Everyone's
from
on
the future,
score
Anthony?
this week.
You know I'm from the
Halftime score
future. I just
below-
watched the grand final.
Well, you know the predictions?
I know who won. Panthers going to win it again.
I know that. Of course they're going to win it again.
And I know Bulldogs will win next year,
Yeah, I know.
2024.
Okay.
He thinks I'm psychic.
Okay, so that's a wrap up for who you got. Now, Bulldogs officially broke their 20-year drought for the Jersey Flegg win against the Roosters. It's good to see the boys, the young ones especially, smell some glory, like taste the winning feeling. Yeah, finally. They've ended the 20-year drought. I've written something here. This really shows how Gus Good's improved the junior ranks. So Harold Matthews, under 17 last year, in 2022 came 15th. Next year they came premiers, of course. Jersey Flegg 2022 they were 8th, and now they've got premiers. So it's showing that these youngsters are starting to click, starting to form together, play good together, and it's just
like
developing them as they're heading to, of course, the first grade of NRL. So, like, what are your thoughts, Anthony, about this Jersey Flegg?
You know what? I saw the highlights. I didn't watch it yesterday, but they played really, really well. So good on them that they won the premiership. At least there's a good positive sign in the club.
In the club, that's right.
Yeah, and plus the community as well.
Yeah,
so,
it's good.
So let's hope, next year.
It's all adding up.
It's all adding up. This is all adding up by points.
Because another theory that was online about the last time Jersey Flegg won in 03, next year Bulldogs won. Jersey Flegg won it this year, next year.
Next year,
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Look, it's
adding
good
up.
to see Kaolo Apu had a pretty good game. I saw the highlights a bit. So, it's good. He has some sort of trophy that can really boost his confidence up. And, it's good to see. Now we can really see, of course, not the first team, but the young ranks really started to step up. And that's what Gus Gould was brought to do, to improve those.
And he has.
He has.
We've never faltered about him.
The development of the young ones. But it's about our first team, of course. We know that. So it's all about just waiting for that to click. But congrats to the Jersey Flegg. They deserve it. We're proud of them. They made the Bulldogs community proud. So
should have went to that game. We should have went.
It would have
been actually good.
But it's good that they won, and hopefully they win it back to back next.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Moving on to now a former NRL player, Jarryd Hayne. We all know where he's been and the life he's been after
Getting
NRL.
scammed in jail.
It's been a tough ride for him ever since he left the NRL. There's a legal team planning against his conviction. If unsuccessful, unfortunately, I think he will be stripped off.
He will be stripped.
Yeah, he will
That's
be
what it
stripped
is.
off his daddy.
So dumb.
Unbelievable.
Dumbest decision on planet Earth.
I put a comment online under my personal account. It got about, I think, 300 likes.
Wow.
I said, it says, let me pull it up now.
You just done it now.
Look, we spoke about this
I put it
earlier
up
in the
online.
season.
Yeah.
And you remember how those rumors he's going to get stripped off?
Yeah.
And we said
we all actually said that a few months ago.
It's not fair
yeah.
because let's see what he's
That's, you know what? I'm going to say this. This is really unfair for as a human. That I understand that. I know he's in jail. I know
Everyone makes mistakes.
Everyone makes mistakes in life. But what would you take off the bloody Daly M strip points?
Yeah.
The bloke has. I know what he did.
But that was his. That's
Regardless
his
if he's innocent
that's
or
his
guilty.
rugby league
I know.
career.
Even if he's 100% guilty, he had one of his best seasons and the best seasons the NRL has ever seen back in 2009. Why would you strip someone? Hold on.
Exactly.
Why would you strip someone of their Dally M medal for something they achieved and they deserved back in 2009? Yeah. It's actually bogus to me.
That was like what 18, 19 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago. About 10 years 15 years ago.
So this is what I said online. I was like, to strip a man of his past accomplishments is absolutely bogus to me. That 09 Hayne deserved that medal and forever hold that medal. Stupid word culture bullshit. That's what I said.
I agree with that.
They got 316 likes.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Like I heard that there was rumors around that might happen. But
and this is the first time.
What I'm saying, that's like saying Wally Lewis did something. You're gonna strip off his immortal status.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's 100%. So dumb.
That's what you achieved.
You work for it. That's your job. You work for it. You want to have a successful career and you want to achieve those types of premierships, medals.
Exactly.
And for what he done, we all know it was a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes, but for him to be stripped off his daily M, I find that's just not fair.
That's really not fair.
Yeah.
You know what? Everyone's agreeing with Jarryd Hayne as well. Like, I believe this bloke too. Yeah. This bloke is such a good human being.
Yeah, but
I know he made a mistake. It's okay. Things happen in life.
I'm not talking about whether he's innocent or guilty. I'm talking about both sides of this. If he's innocent, it's just as bad. Even if he's guilty, you don't strip a man off what he achieved. It's like me going to kill someone, to murder someone tomorrow, and the bank taking all my money. As in, like, it's something on my work money. It
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. There's no
sense about it. Yeah,
I agree. I can't believe that. If they do this, we're truly in a weird world.
Yeah, it is.
This word culture. Let's not get too political, but this word culture, it's actually, I've had enough of it.
We all had enough of it.
I've had enough of all these audio. Do you think they care about stripping him off a daily?
They don't care. They just want to make profit.
It's just for the media.
Protecting media.
He promoted the game. But when he was playing good, he was promoting the game.
Every kid wanted to be
everyone loved Jarryd Hayne back in the days.
I remember even us, we're not even Doggies fan, but when we score, we used to put like the Hayne play.
Everyone used to do it.
It's just, it's ridiculous. And if they...
You know what? He loved the kids. Like, he used to brighten up everyone's life as well. And like, you know how much kids, like, they've gone through too.
They looked up to him.
He's such a good bloke, Jarryd Hayne.
Look, it's dumb.
Dumbest decision ever made.
Has Barber been stripped or not?
No. He's
not. If he was on an NRL contract and it happened, fair enough. You could.
It makes no sense.
He's completely gone. He's been out of the game for years. Why would you want to come back to just strip off what that's his, again, personal?
But this is in history in the books. This is like
no one's gonna forget. No one's gonna forget that in 2009 Jarryd Hayne won the medal, even if they strip him. There's going to be a little asterisk next to his name.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe it. What's this world coming to, really?
It's dumb. It's unfair.
I feel bad for him, man.
I feel really, really bad. He's probably looking back himself in the jail.
He's probably saying, he's probably pissed because this is something he's worked for.
Yeah.
He worked his ass off to get to where he was.
No, but still, that's something.
Not everyone gets the chance to win the Dally M.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's totally unfair. That's his NRL life, his work life.
Exactly.
Whatever happens in his personal life doesn't have to.
Okay, but you got to understand, bro. He started from the juniors all the way to get to that success in the NRL. Okay, he's worked his ass off. I don't know how many years, probably 8-9 years in Parramatta Eels.
Yeah.
He worked his ass off to be the best fullback, and look, and he won the medals and everything. But now to this point that you want to strip off this Dally M, something's not right, man.
If he gets stripped off, we're not sure. Us boys want him to keep it, but
control.
I feel bad for the Parramatta fans, like as in like the big fans.
They'll be very upset.
Oh, they're going to be so pissed.
I'll be pissed if that happens.
If that was Barber or someone, but what can we do now? But Dragons fans, they're now fuming about Ben Hunt.
As they should.
Oh, what's the latest?
I agree with the fans. Ben Hunt came out recently and saying, honestly, Dragons are not my first choice.
What?
For me,
just get him
he's
out.
Contracted still.
And
for him to say that's
it.
About the club, that's just unacceptable. Yes. Now, I think he's doing this for a reason for him to get out now.
100%.
Now, Dragons now will get him out.
But it's crazy how he said worse than this early in the season and he's still in the club. As in, like he said, he's been talking rubbish about the club to journalists, Buzz, and whatever that he wants out.
Right,
he said things worse, and he talked to Shane Flanagan. They talked it through.
He's fine,
and everything's good. He's coming into the next season with like high hopes, and now he says this.
Look,
now.
I know.
Get him out. Get him out.
The club promised him a few things.
Yeah.
In regards to Anthony Griffin when he left the club. So maybe I get his side of point of view that he's probably frustrated that the club keeps on lying towards him, but. You're professional. You're an athlete. You're a professional rugby league player.
And you have to succeed as well.
You don't do that stupid action.
Yeah, of course.
Say about your club, disrespecting the club. Like, if that was my player saying that, look, we got angry for read mind what he said. This is more worse in my eyes.
Like, it's crazy. Even Josh Reynolds went on, I think, a podcast. I don't know where he was. He was talking about this. He's like, if I was Dragons management, I'd let him go.
Let him go, man.
Like, I agree with Josh. It's like these blokes on a leash, like, or like just, getting strapped to a chair and, one John Bernard video.
Yeah, but saying things like that, man, come on, bro. You got to man up and you can't just make dumb decisions.
Even if you're feeling this way, don't show it to your fans.
Exactly.
Your fans are the ones showing up to these games. Your fans are the ones that
they're the ones that are paying their money.
They're the ones that are getting behind these players. How are they going to get behind a player that's talking rubbish about their club?
Look, I feel
he wants out.
I feel Dragons are reluctant to get rid of him because I think maybe they know there's no number 7 out there that they can get. And they're the only hope that he can bring something into their team. I think they're reluctant to get rid of him. And I think that's a problem. But yeah, again, he's not going to play good if he doesn't want to be there.
And 100%. If you don't want to be anywhere, whether it's your job, even in normal life, you don't want to be somewhere, you're not going to be performing.
Yeah.
And he clearly doesn't want to be there. He said he wants to move to the Titans or the Broncos to move back home.
Closer to his family.
Give him what he wants, man. Please. I reckon this bloke will off himself before.
Even the fans won't really like him anymore.
Exactly.
He's been like disrespecting the club lately.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No play is bigger than the club.
Yeah.
Look, if you're talking shit about your boss or your club, you're going to get fired.
You're going to get
crazy how Dragons haven't fired this guy or gotten rid of this guy yet.
They've just kept him because they know he's the star player.
They want to use him.
They want to use him.
I think it's time for Ben Hunt to leave, cut ties with him, start new coach. Maybe Flanagan will fill his position.
But you know what would be crazy? What if Dragons actually play the best footy next year, making the finals footy? Is he gonna switch his opinions about the club?
He probably will.
I swear if
and
he
then
does,
he's gonna have regrets.
If I'm a Dragons fan, I would never accept Ben Hunt if that actually happens.
Like if he's still at the club still.
If he's still at the club, if he wants to re-sign, because he's signed to the end of 2024.
Because you stay when they're bad, like you support them when they're bad, like just like fans support them bad, and if they're good, you stay with them.
Exactly.
But yeah, Bronson Xerri now. He's returned, not returned, but his ban is over. The 4-year wait is done.
Yeah.
And now he can start like training with the Bulldogs. So
good on him, man.
I'm actually happy for this bloke. Look, I know he's had troubles in the past as well after that 4-year life of ban, but he went through a lot of depression and anxiety too.
I
was actually reading the article today on the laptop and
it was tough for him.
He can go through that, but that was all on him.
Yeah, I know.
Disrupted
Look, he said, I've made mistakes in my life and that, but I've learned from it, from the experience. And now I just want to start fresh and give back to the club. And he said, I'm happy that I want to start fresh now with Bulldogs. Yeah. So I think they gave him a big opportunity and a chance.
I think
to get back on track.
He's very determined because you could see he's been putting the work.
The hard yards,
Yeah.
I've seen his videos on Instagram.
He's putting a lot of effort in. You can see he really wants to give back the Dogs what they gave to him.
Yes.
Look, do I think he's going to succeed? I think time will tell.
Yeah.
It's going to take time. The game's different to when he started.
Yeah.
Yes, he's strong. He's fast.
He's quick
he's got
as well.
The whole package. You could look at it. He's fit. But is he going to succeed? I'm not sure, to be honest. It's going to be hard for him, I reckon.
I don't think he will.
You reckon he will?
I reckon he'll be...
And especially Dogs are not that good.
He'll be knocked down the reserves.
I
reckon he will.
You saying he won't do good?
No. He won't do good.
I thought you were saying he would.
Look, I think...
You don't come off of a 4-year ban and play your best footy. Maybe it might happen, but it's hard, man.
It is. I know.
Especially since he was on what he was on back then.
I know.
When he was playing his best footy. Now, you fast forward now without the roids.
I reckon what the Bulldogs probably want from him, just to be aggressive. Yeah. He's big. He's a big unit. So he can be that damaging centre that just makes runs. That's all he needs to do. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're 4 years out of it. If you can just do that, cause problems, I think that's all I think the Bulldogs can do. Until he picks up his skills, until he gets back to where he was.
It's going to take time. I know that. But as you're all saying that if he's going to succeed or not, I think he will succeed.
I think he will.
It's going to take time, but I think when he starts the preseason, he's going to be on track. He'll get back to it. He has the speed. He has the grit.
He has everything.
He's fast. I've seen his videos on Instagram, how he does jiu-jitsu with Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Big shout out to Gracie. Look, he's been like fit on that field.
Don't let those videos fool you, man. That's
I know, but he's just trying to get back on track. That's what he's trying to do.
It's actions speak louder than words.
Exactly.
Look, what he's posting on social media, you could see, like I said before, for me, I think he might not succeed because of, again, he's been out of the game way too long. But what he's been saying about the club, he wants to repay what they've given him. I think that's maybe giving me a different view of him, that he might succeed because he's going to put his heart out for the club.
He will.
Yeah, but last time someone said that, he's going to boxing.
Who said that?
Tavita Pangai.
Look,
I wouldn't trust anything.
But Pangai, we've always seen is
look,
lazy.
I think with Bronson,
but
I think starting him off with New South Wales Cup.
Yeah, don't
Let him get
don't
his
rush him like
fitness-
At least about a
Let
month.
him get his
Just 1
fitness
month.
in.
Yeah.
Get used to getting like hit, tackled.
Yeah.
Because of course we know the tackles can get a lot of energy out of you. So
Yeah.
get him back, get used to that feeling. Bring him in, let's say like round 8. He's got used to it, and then let him start. But then again, they could just start him off.
We can't say nothing because I reckon let him play in trials as well next year.
Yeah, of course.
When the trials start,
trials
we
will
want to see what he's like. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
after a 4-year life ban, like I know it's not the easiest thing on planet Earth. I understand. And look, he even said that as well. People have been doubting him as well.
Yeah.
You know what? Like I don't like people doubting people because things happen in life. Everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah.
No one's not perfect. He's not perfect. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But you have to give him a chance.
You're perfect, Anthony.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
So, okay, who you're saying he's going to succeed in?
I don't think he is.
I'm 50-50 about it.
I think he will
I
succeed.
think he can succeed.
I think he will succeed.
You think
He's
he will
going to play
succeed?
very, very good next year.
Hopefully,
I can't
man,
wait
we
for
need
it.
that.
I think he's
I'm
a
actually
big.
happy about him.
He's a
We
big
need
unit,
a
man.
size.
He's a
We
tough bloke, man.
don't have a big player.
Yeah.
And I think center is somewhere you need.
Yeah.
I feel he can cause damage, but
course.
I guess we got to wait and see.
But you got to,
sure.
but you just have to understand too. You got to see the lineup next year when you put Blake Taft fullback.
Yeah,
Then you got to
Crichton.
put Crichton and Fox together.
Kiraz.
Bronson, Xerri, and Jacob Kiraz. And then you got Matt Burton
It's a
and
solid team.
Sexton from 1 to 7.
Just
I think
need
that
a-
looks very, very good.
And the rumours like we're getting Takiyaho, some utility
Yeah.
players. Just got to fix our forward pack.
Exactly.
Alex Twelves.
I know you, Anthony, I know you want to talk about this topic,
Um,
about the bunker system.
oh yeah, well, we're going to talk about it. Aren't
Do
we?
you think forward pass should be reviewed when like a decision is going wrong? Like, so in the bunker
Yeah,
system,
yeah,
be
yeah.
reviewed.
For sure.
You reckon?
If anything can get reviewed, as in like every part of
Yeah.
But then-
every part of a league
It's the
game
dumbest
is
rule.
getting reviewed nowadays.
Yes.
Why can't a forward pass get
It's the
reviewed?
dumbest. It's
the
the
dumbest
dumbest. I
thing.
can't believe it's.
But I
hasn't
think
even
they should
changed.
have. You know what? I'm going to say this. They should have fixed up the situation from years ago. It never happened.
exactly.
You
Yeah.
never. Yeah.
Because they do dumb mistakes, and even when the refs are on the field, they're half asleep. When they see a forward pass or someone done a mistake,
They let it go.
just let it go.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Do your job
He's
properly, or you're
angry.
going home.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
angry.
you remember
You're
a few
angry.
weeks back
Yeah,
when I was talking about it. I've been saying it for months and months.
The bunker needs
please,
to go.
please, NRL, if you listen to me, please
Listen
get
to
rid of
Bashara.
the bunker system. And if the refs are not doing their job, just sack them. They're just wasting their
You know
time.
what? Have no refs on the field. How
Yeah.
about that?
No, I'm not saying
How
that.
about how
no.
about we start a petition
Yeah.
to get Anthony as a new referee in the NRL?
No, I'm not going to get myself in there. I'm not going to
Say
get
get
myself.
Bashara
I'm
out,
just saying
sack
my
him.
own opinion.
Yeah, you're right,
But the refs, they should do their job properly.
Because it
okay?
doesn't make sense why every decision they check, it's fine, but a forward pass it just baffles me.
Now, I
Look, they
think
should-
because of the camera angles or
No,
whether.
but look, they should
No,
get the
but
NRL,
still,
they should get what
And even the touch
APL
judges
have.
as well.
Camera
The touch
angles-
judges are half
No,
asleep too.
yeah.
camera
They should-
angles, they have every camera
they
angle
should
in
get-
there.
as in, like a camera angle might see it as forward, but it's just the angle of the camera.
That's why they should get the
Oh,
Premier League.
Okay, but the refs on the field. You remember Dogs Roosters,
There's a
right?
reason why
The
there was a
Amarillo.
touchline judge.
Yeah, I know. But they're just half asleep. They're like, you know, when they're holding the flag as well. They're not doing
It's
anything.
crazy. Whoever that was that touchline judge in that Warriors and Broncos game was right in front of
Yeah,
where
I
he
know.
was.
It was so obvious.
It wasn't like it happened in
It
the
was
middle
like
of the
a three-
field.
yeah, it
it
was-
happened like right on the sideline.
And the ref was in the middle of the spot.
Even Jarryd Sutton, like
You've had
could've
enough,
seen it
Anthony.
too.
100%.
How many times Jarryd Sutton done mistakes in this whole season?
Not
this
only
year?
that, not forward passes like back in 2015.
Even in the past
and that,
too.
Bulldogs and
Dogs Roosters, you remember?
But
And
imagine,
Rabbitohs.
imagine, boys.
we were furious. Like, we were going crazy about
imagine,
it.
boys. Imagine that had been a 12-14 game, and
Yeah.
that was the try to seal it.
See,
Imagine James
it's
Graham's
those-
reaction. James Graham, I love
He goes
that bloke to
crazy,
death. The bloke will bloody.
That's why they should put the soccer system, put the lines. to
Yeah,
see if
yeah.
it's
See the forward pass.
Exactly.
It solves the problem.
Money.
It's all about money.
They
That's
can't,
the
they can go
problem.
to Vegas,
they,
you know
can't,
what?
they said they can't afford it.
Yeah, but they can go to Vegas and afford that. But they can't.
And then all the
actually
money
fix
they
the
get, they
game.
can't get it.
You know what? Back in the days, I don't know if you remember what's his name, Bill
Harrigan.
Bill Harrigan, the
He was-
referee.
I don't know,
He
but
was
he was so
actually
good.
the best referee back in the NRL. Him and Tim Mann are the old referees. They used to do a very good job on the field. They always make sure things are right on the field. If there was a knock on, they will whistle straight away. But these days with this ref system,
Like the Harry Grant issue, the
has to-
situation.
yes, Harry Grant's
Knock
knock on.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
was
yeah,
that?
that's another thing.
What was that?
As if you're
That cost the
that was
Roosters.
so obvious.
That
As
cost
on
the
field.
Roosters the game.
Yeah.
You're telling me the touchline ref did not see that knock on? He would have saw that perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay,
He
maybe-
was just right there on the spot, right near the try line.
Maybe not the
I
ref.
can't believe you
Yeah.
call it what's that? Back? Are you serious? Are you damn serious?
Backwards pass,
Come on, man. Wake up. This is 2023, man.
But not only that one, it happened even after. Who did Reece Walsh pass it to?
Who's one of the
Hafano, I think.
Was that Fano? And then he passes it back in. There was another forward pass.
To Ricky.
It was
I can't believe it.
Back to back to Ricky.
I can't believe it.
Okay, you can't say the first one. The second one, you can't say that too.
It's like that will be like a conversation where it's like, are they paying you?
Yeah,
like
in
not
a
saying
way,
it was a
start to
forward
question
pass?
it. Yeah.
Now they're questioning about Jarryd Sutton now about his refereeing experience.
I
now.
think it would have went 10 meters forward. They would have not picked it
of
up. It would have went 10 meters forward. They would have not picked it up.
But look, all I want to say is, boys, if someone's going to become a referee, they have to make sure they have to study every detail before they jump on the field.
Yeah.
So do a good job.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, but after the game, they're going to say to themselves, "At least I've done a good job.
Yeah,
I don't want to wreck myself in the long career."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Look, as a ref, there's pressure always on you. It's hard to be a ref.
It's pressure.
I
Yeah.
think
You're
if
not
you're
gonna
on
get-
it will shock you. You're not going to be the perfect ref.
Of course.
But that forward pass, come on, a baby would have picked that up.
But Reece Walsh picked it up.
Yeah,
Reece Walsh was looking
there you
at the
go.
ref.
That sums it up.
Yeah, look, it really cost them. It really was a big factor into the
Yeah.
game. But finally, I want to talk about Joey Johns. Him and Danny Baduras are set to join Paul McGregor and Greg Alexander on the New South Wales coaching staff acts list. Now,
I think Alexander did.
he's already
they
left.
sacked
Yeah,
him, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're joining him. Ivan Cleary is set to be given a role. He was in the coaching staff in Game 3 of the Origin.
Yeah.
And also, there's rumours that Gus Goode could potentially hop
coach
onto
again.
that. He in an interview he said, "If Fittler wants me, I'll say yes." So there's big shuffles. Brad Fittler. He doesn't have a contract, but he has a clause that he can have a contract extension. But that's going to be announced in a few months, so he could still be out to himself too. So yeah, especially with what the Blues had, especially in this previous Origin.
Yeah.
Do you reckon bringing Gus Goode in and maybe Ivan Cleary is going to really help them?
I think it could work. I don't know.
It won't be-
if
it
it's
won't
going to
get
work
any
or not. I'm
worse.
not too sure.
You don't think it'll
I
work?
don't think it'll work.
Bringing Ivan Cleary,
Bro, 100%.
If we got Gus Goode in that, what's he
And
going to do?
Ivan Cleary
What's
in the coaching staff.
It doesn't matter. It's about the players on the field.
100%.
yes, it's all
They
about
showed
players,
no
not
passion
about the
for
coaching
last 2
stuff.
years.
Yeah, all right.
Nothing changed.
But Greg, you thought the things Greg Alexander was saying before that.
Yeah, I don't.
I didn't agree with.
Yeah.
Bringing Gus and Ivan Cleary, you're not
Look,
losing.
I know you won't lose, but I'm just saying it's all about on the field.
Yeah, I know,
Queensland,
you're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
Because the last 2 years we've been so bad. Queensland will be the same next year. They'll step it up another gear. And it's about us matching that. Yes, Ivan Cleary 100%.
Bringing it back-to-back,
Back-to-back. Probably,
They're
okay, fair enough.
Gus Goode and Ivan Cleary won't work together because they had their problems at Panthers.
How about get rid of? Oh, but you can't do another.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to say, how about you get rid of Brad Fittler, put Ivan Cleary, but you can't.
can't.
You can't. Look, it's very good to get one of the best two coaches in the game. Phil Good was back in the days one of the best. Now you got Ivan Cleary. But for me, it's all about what happens on the field.
What about Ricky Stewart? He was actually the coach back in the
But
day.
he doesn't want to leave Raiders.
He doesn't.
This could be Fittler's last year, I reckon. If
I'm surprised.
If New South Wales don't win next year in the Origin,
I think if we win
Fittler's,
just like if we're
is
playing
gonna
Paul,
face
still
that.
get rid
But
of him.
we'll like maybe like Gus. I'm being a part of this coaching stuff. Maybe it gives him like he wants to come back to being a head coach.
Yeah, you never know,
Maybe,
to be
yeah.
honest.
You know, it could give him like a little.
might miss it.
Little bit of that spark again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Gus Goode can bring something into those teams. Remember that chat he had with back in the days when he was coach? It fired him up. So I think it's a good move if Gus Goode was to get into the coaching staff.
Yeah.
But look, we've got to wait and see what's going to happen.
Just
But
let him, you know what? Let Gus worry about the Bulldogs first. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
I put Bulldogs over my state.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's put it that way.
100%.
So like, if it's taking time out of his day, maybe I don't want him there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd still love to see New South Wales win. But I
Absolutely,
want the Bulldogs to, to obviously do
Of
well.
course.
Because look, you had Andrew Johns in the team. You had Alexander, still good players.
Yeah. Brad
We still
Fittler
didn't
too.
perform.
You had all those past players
Yeah,
as well.
that's what I'm saying. Nothing works still.
But if Gus is going to come back, and
Well, I know we
yeah.
need to keep that same Game 3 squad for next year.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Brandon Best deserves his spot.
Yeah, he
deserves
does.
it.
He does deserve that
We were
spot.
shitting on him, but
Even
Yeah,
Cody
yeah.
Walker deserved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Cody Walker played
Nah,
a bit
but
better.
still, he won't get in.
What do you mean he won't get in?
I
Trust
wouldn't
me,
give
he'll
He's
get in.
35, bro, next
He'll
year.
get in.
But even Tedesco as well as a captain, do you think?
But Adam Reynolds, how
I
old
know
is he?
that, but I know that. But I'm saying Cody Walker's 35. Like,
It doesn't matter. Age does not matter.
Why would you want to get someone in?
Like Burden will not play 5'8". They won't put him on. Or maybe
Nico Hines. Maybe
Xerri. Hines, I think they've lost him.
No, they're going to stick to
I'm saying he'll get us soon, but I don't think next year.
But
if Fittler has to leave for him to get
No, but they're changing the whole coaching stuff. So if Ivan Cleary comes and goes good, they're probably going to this kid, why isn't he in the team?
They're going to they'll be the better.
Greg Alexander was, I think, the major factor. Why? Because the way he was talking to him was like, he didn't want him in the squad.
No, but Fittler makes the last call with him.
But yeah.
So Alexander makes the final decision.
No, but he helps him. Like,
but Fittler then makes a decision to say, we won't put Hines. Fittler can defend Hines and say, you know what, I want Hines in the team.
Like, two people against one. You're gonna if Gus and Ivan Cleary are on the same page saying bring Nico Hines in, we're part of this coaching staff. He's got no choice.
We'll see how it goes next year, but we need a strong lineup. Anyways, back for another week of football talk. Lots of things happened during the week. Premier League, La Liga, all the leagues around the world. But first of all, we're going to mention about Manchester United. Samuel's team, of course. They beat Burnley, a narrow win, 1-0 at Turf Moor. Bruno with a wonderful strike, similar to Ronaldo's finish against Tottenham. But first of all, you're a United fan. What are your thoughts on the game?
It was good that we got the win, especially after 3 losses in a row against Arsenal, then Brighton, and then Bayern. And we haven't been playing the best, of course. We probably could have started the season with 0 wins if you really look at it. It was good that we got the win. Wasn't the best performance. Burnley were really taking control of the game, passing the ball around and just trying to get that control, as I said. And we needed that win. No matter how it came, we needed that win. It was due. And hopefully now that starts to build some confidence because we've been ridiculed with a lot of injuries. Mason Mount, Varane played a little cameo, so he's back. Mason Mount is back. Amrabat's back. So we're starting to get a few more players. And if we can start getting those players in, start having a proper bench, we can start utilising them and just really start improving from there. So the Burnley game wasn't the best at all. We weren't the best. We defended well. Johnny Evans was amazing. We just got to try and find our groove. We've got to try and start playing properly because, again, our attack's the problem. We're not scoring a lot of chances, scoring a lot of goals. We're having chances, but we're not burying them.
Start to question why you didn't get Kane.
Yeah, man, Kane's smashing out a Bayern now. He's scored a hat-trick on the weekend.
6 games, 6 goals.
Look, I trust Højlund 100%. I think Højlund's going to be an amazing signing. You can really already see the glimpses of what he can produce. I think with just proper service, he didn't get service on the weekend. Proper service, he's going to be a very good player at such a young age. But of course,
because you look at it, you've got Palace at home next. Palace, they always give you a game at Old Trafford. Then you've got Brentford at home again. Brentford, they're known to beat the big teams. And then you've got Sheffield United. So you've got winnable games.
We need to go 3 wins from here. I think we can't drop points. We need to get 9 wins from 9. Crystal Palace at home, I think it should be an easy win. Brentford at home is going to be tough because Brentford is a solid team. They know how to defend. And they've caused many upsets on the road.
Sheffield away should be
away. They just lost 8-0 against Newcastle. So, look, hopefully we can start our season good from here. Bruno Fernandes was very good against Burnley. That goal was fantastic. Rashford again. Look, I think he has an attitude problem. He's pretty selfish. There's a lot of times where he could make that pass, will go in and score, but he wants that glory. And I'm starting to wonder, maybe because he hasn't scored a lot of goals, he just wants that goal to start tallying up his stats for this season. So, a bit concerned about Rashford, but Bruno's been the man this season so far. So again, I'm happy with the boys, happy with the effort they put. At least they showed something. They showed some fight. And Hannibal was crazy. He put an amazing shift in, was running up and down the pitch, had some good link-up play.
Is that the Afro guy?
Yeah, the Afro guy. So, look, I don't mind him starting this week. Get him into the game, start building him up. And who knows, he could have a future at United. So, it was a must-needed win. We got it. Move on to Crystal Palace next week. North London derby now. It's the game Arsenal fans, Tottenham fans don't want to lose. They didn't lose, but they got the draw. What was your take on that game?
The first 20 minutes of the game, I think you could see the intensity was there from Arsenal. You look at Odegaard, he did not stop pressing the whole game. It wasn't the best game from Odegaard. I think it's been probably his worst game in an Arsenal jersey. Yeah. The work rate was there, don't get me wrong, but I did not see him with the ball as much as I've seen in previous games. Eddie Nketiah was it was a disappointment, Eddie Nketiah, because again, you started ahead of Jesus. Jesus was shifted into the left wing, and there's your opportunity again to prove why you deserve that front striker position, and he failed to deliver. And I start to question why Arteta got Jesus out and kept Nketiah, because Eddie Nketiah the whole game really pissed me off, because you could see there was no intensity from him. He did not look interested. Yeah, he had a few moments where he applied pressure on the keeper, which is good. But just his overall gameplay, his touches, he was just non-existent, and it was a pathetic performance from Eddie Nketiah. But the team, of course, it was a shameful performance.
Yeah, Declan Rice put up with an injury that looked like a very big cost. You could see it wasn't clicking for Arsenal, and you start to wonder, did Tottenham maybe deserve more than that with the draw?
To be honest,
did they play better?
Look, I think, like I said, 20 minutes were good. I don't think Tottenham were well. I think they just kept the ball to themselves very well. That's what we're known to do. You look at the possession. I've never seen Arsenal be have the ball less times than what the opposition has. 60 to 40% the whole match. I've never seen that in a while. So that shows they just kept the ball to themselves.
Tottenham do that. If you look at their past few games, they've been really holding the ball.
I think that's
lot of the game. So that's what he's doing. He's doing a fantastic job.
I think he's doing a fantastic job, but look, it's probably still a honeymoon period, but it's when that big game comes in and they struggle. Is he going to know how to cope with the pressure?
Do you mean big game?
No, he's going to go through a patch in his Tottenham career this season where it's going to go all wrong for him. Hopefully, maybe not, but it's bound to happen. You look at Arteta, what we went through back when he joined. We went through so much losses after defeats after defeats. He's going to go through that. But if we're talking about the game, I think Spurs deserve the win, because I think the way we played, it's like a point gain, you know what I mean? It feels like a loss because we're going into that game knowing that we should be winning because we're at home. It's a North London derby. So 2 points drop, 100%. But the way we played, it's like a point gain in a way. Yeah. I think Spurs would be disappointed that they didn't get the 3 points.
And it looks like Arsenal have really lost their groove from last season. Their game against United wasn't the best. Tottenham again wasn't the best. It's like they've fallen away from what they were trying to do. Is Arteta still trying to find that plan B, trying to change it up a bit? Because I personally think he should just go back to the way they were playing last season and just bring that excitement back to the team.
How I see it, yes, we've changed our system, the way we play. If we were to go back to the way we used to play, I think it's going to be very predictable. Teams are going to just play low block. They're going to just defend, sit back. That's going to be very hard for us to score because they know how we played last year. Teams weren't aware because it was a new Arsenal, new system. But I think this year we're doing similar what Guardiola has been doing. Still now he's doing under City, making changes, changing system, tactics. And right for the short term, it's going to hurt us a lot. But I think in the future, in the next 10 games, 15 games, the players are going to be used to this system. Because again, you look at Saka, he's not as threatening as he was before. He's still performing. Already 6 goals, something like that, 6 assists this season already. But he's not the same as he was last year. He no overlapping run from Ben White. We're not the same. It's a bit of a concern because
you're already 6 games in.
6 games in and we're not performing. Look, City had a slow start last year, but they ended it strong. We're in this position having a slow start. Last year we had
undefeated.
Yeah, undefeated, which is a positive in a way. Last year we had a fast start, but ended the season bad. So is it that part of the season where we're going to have a slow start, but end it strong? I don't know, but it was a bad performance overall. Not happy. We need to move on this week against Bournemouth. Hopefully we'll get the win before we take on Manchester City.
And the Carabao Cup's on this week too.
That's right, but hopefully we get the next 2 wins, get confidence back into the team before we head of versus City at the Emirates Stadium, and no Rodri, of course, which is an advantage.
Well, Yeah, Chelsea now lost again at home against Aston Villa. It's been a tough start for Mauricio Pochettino's side. But again, I keep saying it's part of the process. It's going to happen a lot. I remember Arsenal when Arteta first came in, they had these losses against Wolves 1-0, Villa 1-0. They were losing at home a lot. And I think, it's part of the process. I think Chelsea fans just got to stick with the process, trust the process, and eventually it will come good. But Aston Villa, I predicted them to win. I saw it a win. I don't think it's a surprise that if anyone did tip them, because Aston Villa did it last time they went there, and they've done it again. Aston Villa, a better squad, well drilled. Unai Emery's already got the players he wants, and he's just got them playing the way they should be and the way he wants them to be. So, Chelsea, it's been a tough start for them.
Like, you look at Sterling, he scored 2 game weeks ago. Yeah, he scored a hat-trick, 2 goals, and I think he got an assist with it. So again, great performance, but again, he just fades away in the next 2 games. The inconsistency from Sterling since he's joined Chelsea, but it's ever since Abramovich has left, the club has went downwards. And you look at the new owner, maybe he just, I feel, spending money just like that. Look, Caicedo, fantastic player, but at that point, I think it's more about signing big name players. It's about, first of all, having a system, having a plan, because I still don't think Chelsea have a plan. Yes, they signed Mauricio, but it's just, I don't see a plan in the way they play. It's going to take time. Like you said, it's a process. But again, they signed Graham Potter. It didn't work out. It flopped. Lampard was a caretaker, of course, but again, it didn't work out. Mauricio, 1 win in 6 games. It's not the perfect start.
It's not the start you want. You want to click and get the team. But I think the problem with Chelsea got a very young squad. They got Jackson up front. They got Gusto. They got Mudryk. They got even Caicedo.
Only developed as the years go by.
They got to develop. They're a young team, and it's just not going to work out when these young players are versing the likes of Aston Villa, Arsenal, City. It's just going to be tough. Even Brighton, Brentford, they're going to struggle against these teams. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea finish mid-table this year.
But at least show some signs, because I feel they're still the same as they were last year. They have not improved at all.
Again, that's why it's a process. It's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight.
No, but my point is, when Arteta joined, and I'm pretty sure when Ten Hag, could you see an improvement in the first 6? I know you lost the first 2 games.
Yeah.
But if you base on the first 6 games, did you see the way he wanted to play?
There was improvements, of course.
That's how we saw. But I feel for them, there's no improvements whatsoever.
Yeah, they're struggling to create something. Their main man, Sterling, isn't producing. As I said, the main thing is their team's young. And I feel the way they recruited, I think, is wrong. They should have got some experienced players that can help them guide this young team.
Because Caicedo's still young.
And he's only played for Brighton. So, that's the biggest thing for Chelsea.
Finally, City and Liverpool, another win. They also continue their unbeaten run start to the season. Man City, 100% record so far. Look, it looks like Man City, everyone called it since the start of the year. It could be their year once again. But can Liverpool actually win the league this year? Because you look at it, they don't look the same as they were 2 years ago. I still think they're not as strong as they were, and I don't think they're strong enough to beat Man City. I think Man City are just on another level. Yeah. But they're scoring goals. They're still leaking goals. But it's like the Liverpool that could maybe put something within City that, Liverpool, they look good this year.
I feel Liverpool's problem is their midfield. I just don't know. I feel that Fabinho, Thiago, and Henderson...
That's what were good back then.
That was their main thing. Them connecting the passes, connecting the players, them just starting everything. And don't get me wrong, the players they got now, they're good.
They'll build.
They'll build up. They'll get more confident and get to know how to play together. But I think that's the main problem.
Look, because I miss the old Liverpool.
No, look,
of course you, because you don't want the best team of a Liverpool, because of course you're going to lose. But in a way, because they were so good, Mane, Firmino, Salah. It was so good to watch, fun to watch.
It's these dropper players that, of course, it's just we're not seeing the strongest Liverpool, because we've seen how strong they can be. This is like a strong Liverpool, but not, again, the strongest.
I think they need...
Salah's been fantastic. Again, scored a penalty. He's contributed so far in every single game this season.
And he's going to continue.
From last season. Thank God I got him in my fantasy team. I had a feeling I risked lost 8 points, but that paid off big time. So Salah is just smashing.
I think it's about time they get a new coach. I think the style, it needs a new adjustment. Maybe just new, fresh ideas because, look, Klopp, he's second on the ladder for a reason. They're doing good. But in a way, Klopp, if he was to leave, just leave on high notes, high terms with the club. Because, look, you could get possibly Thomas Frank at the club or Steven Gerrard because Thomas Frank is the top coach.
Yeah, but last time they got Potter, it didn't work out. So, I thought Chelsea.
No, Thomas Frank, yeah. He's a good coach from Brentford. Yeah. I think they just need a new coach. Look, if Klopp stays, which he will, but I'm just pointing out maybe they're not the same. Yes, they're winning games still, but they're not the same of the old Liverpool. Just a new change the ideas, change their style, and maybe that's what the club needs.
Yeah, look, Klopp's done all he can, and
he's done the best. He's won Champions League. He's won the title.
They're smashing it this year.
Won the FA Cup.
But yeah, maybe that fresh start, a fresh manager might just
and it doesn't mean
resurrect Liverpool to being the greatest.
It doesn't mean Klopp's not good. Klopp's fantastic, but it's about putting the club first and getting a new coach that can bring excitement at the club again. There's still excitement, but just to another level.
Yeah. But yeah, again, Man City, I don't think we should drag on to that. They're Man City. They're winning every game, smashing it. And look, to be honest, to be fair to Nottingham, it was only 2-0. So they really...
But I think it was a very dominant 2-0 win.
Yeah, but still...
Because we beat...
They didn't concede a lot.
Everton 1-0 away from home. And it was... You might think, close game. But the game was so...
But still, you take those...
Like Nottingham.
Yeah, you take, of course, you don't want to get smashed 6-0. So, they took the 2-0. Man City looking just too strong. Of course, probably win the title this year. But, I think that's a wrap-up for football talk. We'll move on to some fight talk now.
It's time! All right, Anthony, time for some fight talk now. UFC Fight Night happened over the weekend, happened in the Apex. Did you watch it? Did you get to watch it?
Yeah, I did actually. I was watching one of my mates fight, Jacob Malkoun.
He was on the prelims, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in the prelim. Yeah. He should have been in the main event.
I actually didn't watch the prelims. Did he win?
I can't believe my own eyes. What I just witnessed in my own face. I could not believe it. But Jacob had 73.3% of total strikes, so he was dominating. I don't know the other bloke's name. He's an American fighter. Yeah. But he had significant strikes as well, 71.8% as well. Yeah. So when he took him down, he had one takedown as well. He just built the crap out of him. Yeah. Elbow shots after elbow shots, punches after punches.
I didn't see this.
So he was behind the bloke on top of him. Yeah. He accidentally hit him by the elbow and the spine here on the back of his head. Yeah. So they called it off. So they were taking his time, the other fighter, because apparently, I don't know if he got concussed or not. Yeah. So the officials came in, the refs came in, the commission came in. Then they had to stop the fight, and he got disqualified.
Wow!
And I was losing my rocket. I said, I can't believe it.
I didn't even see it. I don't watch. I usually don't watch.
If you watch it, you will literally lose.
I'm gonna rewatch.
I don't want to swear,
but I mean, if he went against the rules, he can't be doing that. It happens in the sport. Look, it
does.
Happens to John Jones, where he has that one on his record now. But moving on to the main card. So the first fight we had Ramos versus Charles Jourdain for the in the featherweight division. Yeah. What are your thoughts about that fight?
Well, Charles Jourdain, bro, he kicked off first round submission, but bro, his skills are good, man. He strikes. Yeah. He has the whole package.
He had control that whole fight. Ramos got as you said, the early takedown. But look, at the end of the day, got a round one guillotine. But yeah, look, it was a nice fight, nice way to start the card. It was easy. It was an easy fight, done in one round. Yeah. But moving on to the next bout, Brian Battle was actually in the Ultimate Fighter, the Alex Volkanovski season. He was facing AJ Fletcher in the welterweight division. What are your thoughts about that matchup?
He's so good, Ryan Battle.
Yeah.
Every time he's always in that octagon, bro, in the Apex. He's actually done. And you know how many times he's been calling out, I don't know, Ian Xerri, the Irish fighter? Yeah. He's been calling him out, but they won't let him fight Ian Xerri because he's not on the same level as him. But he's gonna get his shot against Ian Xerri for sure.
I mean, in that bout, he was using his teeps, keeping AJ away. Yeah. Even he was, you could see AJ's body would start to mark up. Those teeps and those kicks were making a mark on him. But he gets knocked down. I think it was in the second round by an elbow, Brian Battle. But look, he took control after that.
And he was on top of him as well with that choke.
His ground control was amazing too. Even the submission at the end, the rear end choke. Brian Battle, one to be reckoned with. He's still making his way up in the UFC.
Absolutely, man.
His skills are he's too good, man. I think he won the Ultimate Fighter.
He actually did. Yeah.
So there's a reason why he won that season. Brian Battle's amazing. He even cut his hair. He's got that.
He's got the blonde hair.
No, it
suits him. But I like his other hair, bro.
Yeah, I mean that was. I honestly, when I was watching the fight, he's actually Brian Battle.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. No, but I've seen like from his last fight a few months ago. He had the same haircut as well.
But next fight. Marina Rodriguez versus Michelle Waterson-Gomez in the women's strawweight division. Anthony, thoughts about that fight?
Bro, the strikes, man, so dangerous with it.
Fuck, who was it?
It's all about strikes.
I think it was Rodriguez. See Rodriguez's face?
Yeah.
Or was it Waterson?
I think it was Waterson.
Anyways, but it was a great bout, man. Gomez gets the early takedown. Rodriguez's knee was the main difference in the fight. She'd hold her up against the cage, and just those knee strikes, man. It was just, you could see it was wearing her down.
Yeah.
As you said, man, those damaging strikes are crazy. Look, total strikes 66 to 14. So Rodriguez had 66 total strikes. I think this was in the I think it was the whole fight. So 66 total strikes to 14. That shows how the volume she was putting up. As I said, Rodriguez, that knee was a big factor. And then look, round 3 was dominant. It was a dominant TKO win for her.
Yeah.
Because I think Waterson went for that takedown, was unsuccessful, and then she just capitalized. But great bout. I think it was Waterson that her face was like busted up.
Yeah,
man.
it's all damaged
They
out,
called
man.
the doctor in, and they tried to stop the fight. They almost stopped the fight.
Oh,
it was,
that's crazy.
it was crazy. That was a good bout. Next fight, Bryce Mitchell versus Dan Ige. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but in the featherweight division. What's your thoughts about that?
This is actually I think this was actually the best fight out of the.
It was a nice fight.
It was a close distance. If you looked at the record, 30-27, 29-28, both.
Yeah.
So it was an all-out brawl, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, he had powerful shots. It was all clean, powerful shots. He even took him down as well, straight to the mount, finishing the round with a dominant position. As well, bro, it was super close by the judges, but it was a 10-9 added up. So Mitchell had earned a unanimous decision win. Yeah. So good on him, bro. I don't know if you saw end of the fight. He actually told Dan Ige to say a prayer, and he brought the Bible with him.
Even in his walkout, he held the Bible up.
He was actually holding the Bible up, bro, and he's actually getting close to his faith, man.
Good on him. That's
I don't know if you heard him when he said it to what's his name? What's his name? The English fighter that was interviewing.
Michael
Bisping. Sorry,
Michael Bisping.
Yeah, so he was saying that. You know, the world is a very scary world out there, this and that. Yeah. And he said he's donating $5,000 to the earth, that happened
in Morocco?
In Hawaii, sorry.
In Hawaii.
Because you know how the houses went damaged and that.
So he's a good man, but about this fight, he gets cut above the right eye. Yeah. Doctor's recording, he was bleeding from it.
He wasn't concerned about it.
Yeah, but the fight ended up continuing. I feel like every time Bryce Mitchell got a hold of him, that's his game plan. He's a wrestler at the end of the day. That's his shtick.
Shtick or stick?
Shtick. Shtick. That's what he's known for.
That's all right.
But he went for the double leg a lot of times. He ended up getting that ground control. It worked well for him. But it was great. That was another great bout, as you said. It was honestly a great bout. Moving on to the main event, Rafael Fiziev versus Matheus Gamrot. I'm looking at the next line. So Rafael Fiziev versus Matheus Gamrot in the lightweight division. What are your thoughts about that fight, Anthony?
Yeah, they had to cut short on that fight because he had it bad.
I think it was his knee or was it his foot?
I don't know if it's ACL or his.
Because he went for that right kick, and then I think it was his left leg that gave out. He talked too much in that kick. But this was a disappointing main event, man. It was a slow start. Gamrot was always on that front foot, putting the pressure on. Fiziev, he had great takedown defense up until what happened. It was,
when he blocked it, actually. He actually blocked the kick. Yeah. So that's when he fell to the canvas. unfortunately, things happen for a reason. People will go through injuries in UFC in the octagon, like how you said about Conor McGregor from the past as well. I think this was a scary one. So
no, this was not a horrific
it's not
one.
Like a bad one.
You knew he was in trouble, man. You knew Fazayev was in trouble. Gamrot got the TKO win. Yeah. Hopefully they rerun this fight again. It has to happen. It wasn't. They didn't settle anything in this fight.
Absolutely,
main event. But yeah, that was Fight Night.
Yeah. We've got to speak about the announcement actually for UFC. They're saying about 295. John Jones, he's going to be putting his title on the line against Stipe Miocic.
Yeah.
What do you think about this one?
Yeah, that's John. Look, I think John Jones said
this is the guy.
I think John Jones said that will be his last fight because he's got no one else in the division. It's good that they actually got this match underway. Yeah. I feel like this will be John Jones' last match.
I think it will, but
he'll win. I feel like he mauls Stipe Miocic.
But do you think Stipe Miocic has like enough tank in his? Enough
energy in the tank. Yeah, look, I reckon with John Jones is going to smother him, man, on the ground, on the feet. Retire, Stipe Miocic, he's an excellent fighter.
Yeah.
That's why John Jones does want this to be his last fight because he feels if he beats him, he is really the GOAT, but he already is the GOAT. But in his mind, that's his last hurdle. And I feel like if he wins this, I think a retirement's coming soon for John Jones.
Exactly. And one more thing as well, Pereira is actually getting his shot again against Prochaska for the light heavyweight title too in the same card with John Jones.
Same night.
Bro, for me, I think Alex Pereira is going to win this one, but I'm actually scared about Prochaska, man. He's so dangerous.
He's one to be reckoned with.
He's a monster, bro.
Yeah,
he's actually a monster with his kicks and takedowns and that. But Alex Pereira is so dangerous in the octagon too. But this is going to be an all-out banger. But
Anthony, you're forgetting the event that's happening before this event. UFC 294, Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira 2. How do you think this main event goes? Like an early prediction.
Yeah, I know.
What are you saying? I feel Islam's too good, man.
Islam is so strong.
I feel he's
got the best coaching staff, man.
Yeah.
Under what's his name, Khabib as well.
Yeah, I feel like he's the better man.
He'll
Oliveira will try. It'll be a closer match.
Yeah.
I feel Islam just takes him, man. Islam, you can't beat these Dagestanis. The only man that could beat Islam is Alex Volkanovski. And they got to rerun this fight very soon.
They have to rerun this fight for sure in the next few months because I know Alex had that surgery on his finger. I think I'm not too sure what it was. Yeah. But he said, I will be a double champ. That's going to happen. But if Charles Oliveira dominates Islam,
that'll be a plot twist.
That's going to be a shock of the year.
Honestly, it will be.
A shock of the year. But my gut feeling, bro, Islam, I know he's very dangerous with his takedowns and submissions and that. You got to understand, bro. Yeah. After when he defeated Alex Volkanovski during the year.
Barely defeated.
But Alex should have won that fight.
He should have won that.
As an Aussie, bro, Alex should have won that fight.
But
for this card... bro. I don't know.
Even on the co-main event, you got Khamzat Chimaev as Paulo Costa.
So
that's the co-main event, the middleweight. Oh, bro, Khamzat Chimaev, man, he's still on his way up in the UFC, man.
He's the biggest shit talker. I think he's the biggest shit talker in UFC right now.
He's a star. Honestly, I see the star in him, man. He reminds me of a Nate Diaz, man. Khamzat Chimaev. Didn't they try to get a fight going and then he pulled out or something?
I think so. Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Back, but yeah, that's another great fight. But early prediction, I'm saying Khamzat Chimaev, Paulo Costa.
Who's he versing against?
Paulo Costa.
Yeah, of course. They're the most shittest talkers.
Paulo Costa's great on the ground, man. His wrestling's immaculate.
He is, but I think Chimaev is going to actually defeat him.
Yeah, that's happening on Sunday, the 22nd of October. So
it's all happening in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, did you hear about the UFC 296 end of the year card? Did you hear about it? So it's Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington in the main event.
I actually heard about that.
That will be a great bout, but that's not the bout I want to talk about. I want to talk about Paddy Pimblett versus Tony Ferguson. Dana White announced this yesterday. Yeah. Look, a lot of fans, I don't agree with this fight. A lot of fans are saying, why are you getting a 39-year-old to face a 28-year-old? Because look, let's face it, Paddy Pimblett's last fight against Jarryd Gordon was a robbery. Jarryd Gordon won this fight. Yeah. And I feel like the UFC do realize this and they want to match him up with an older opponent. They're matching him up against the ghost of Tony Ferguson. We think of Tony Ferguson, we think of him in his prime. Let's face it, he's not the way he was. He's not in his prime anymore.
Exactly,
I think he's on a six losing streak.
Yeah, it's actually
and Paddy Pimblett's on a 6 winning streak. So look, anyone that's saying Tony Ferguson is going to win this match is out of their mind, man.
It's out of
This is a
world.
match tailored for Paddy Pimblett. Even if he wins, man, I don't think anything's going to come out of it. The hype's not going to go anywhere for Paddy Pimblett. It's going to stay exactly where it left off with Jarryd Gordon. But what are your opinions about this fight, man? What are your opinions? Are you for this fight? Are you against this fight? Well, what are you saying about it?
I think it's a terrible decision, to be honest.
Yeah.
You're putting an actual, I can say a legend. That
He's a legend.
Yeah, of course he's going to be a legend. But the thing is, putting him against a young bloke.
Yeah.
Like, what is Dana White putting him?
He's trying to hype up a star. He's trying to make this guy, we always say it, the next McGregor.
Look, bro, look how we said it. Tony Ferguson's on a 6 losing streak, okay? Yeah. How many fights has been, like, knocked out? Michael Chandler. The last fight against, what's his name? Who did he verse the last fight? Tony
Ferguson, he faced,
I'm trying to remember.
Who was it? Let me search it up, but keep talking.
Yeah, but Paddy Pimblett, as a young bloke, he's got way ahead of him, man. He's still got a lot of...
but I don't see the hype around this
it's just a dumb fight. A dumb decision.
I think it was Bobby Green.
Bobby Green? Yeah. So, he lost against Bobby Green, sorry.
Yeah.
But for this fight, that's a dumb decision.
No. Like, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to build a star.
They're just trying to hype it up.
How about face Paddy against someone that's his age and that's still active and like... It's not almost at the stage of retirement.
Yeah, exactly.
I reckon he loses this... Ferguson has to ask himself.
I think he has to...
He has to sit by himself in a room and say, I think it's time to retire. A lot of these fighters get caught up in the moment and say, they want to deny it. Like, there's a reason why, again, he's facing Paddy Pimblett.
Yeah. But what's he trying to prove? What's he going to get out of it, Tony Ferguson?
It's hard, man. It's hard. It's getting money, and it's hard to get out of the sport you fell in love with. Your passion. It's hard, man. It's
because
hard.
He started in the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
Then he became an interim UFC champion as well.
Yeah.
But Paddy Pimblett to defeat him, I think he will defeat him.
Look, we'll see what happens.
But it's just a dumb decision.
What happens if it's a plot twist? What if Tony Ferguson? Because it could happen. I reckon Tony Ferguson.
If he loses this fight, he's going to retire.
No. He's the underdog in this fight. Everyone's writing him off already. What if Tony Ferguson knocks out Paddy the Baddy? What if that is the scenes? That would send Dana White.
Shocking.
It was sent him to Rookwood. It was sent him to the cemetery, man. I'm telling you, the plan is Paddy Pimblett to beat Tony Ferguson, and then whatever happens after for Paddy's career. But what if there's a plot twist, man? You reckon it could happen? Because he still has knockout power, man.
He does. He still has power, but he's not like the way how he was from the beginning.
Exactly.
But Paddy has everything. He has
Paddy's
knowledge.
Not amazing too.
He's not the best, but he has knowledge. But he's still got a long way to go. But for Tony Ferguson, if he does lose this fight, I think he has to end his career, bro.
Yeah. But look, the main event, we skimmed over the main event, but let's talk about it a bit. Leon Edwards and Colby Covington for the welterweight championship. Leon Edwards is champion right now. Yeah. He's on a 12-fight winning streak. Colby Covington hasn't fought since a unanimous decision win against Jorge Masvidal back in March in 2022. So he's got a bit of a layoff. To put him in the world title fight, look, this is a fight everyone wants. They've been going back and forth for
months and months.
Years, I think, even.
A few years now, actually.
Look, I personally, early prediction again, I'm saying Leon Edwards takes it. You can't come off a year break and like... He's on a 12-fight winning streak, Leon Edwards. You can't come off a year and expect to win a title for Colby Covington.
Exactly.
But he is amazing, Colby Covington. His wrestling is amazing. So is Leon Edwards.
He's got everything.
Don't forget about that Leon Edwards and Usman. You remember that kick he had? And then he beat him again.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
So I reckon Leon Edwards takes this. Early prediction. We'll get to it when it happens.
Of course.
We'll break it down.
I agree with you, bro.
What are your thoughts?
Leon Edwards, man, he's been dominating so hard, man. He's so strong on that, like inside the octagon as well. But he has patience, bro.
Yeah, he does.
You remember when he versed Usman?
Yeah.
Kamaru Usman.
Yes.
He was down. He won the first round. I'll never forget. He won the first round. The second, third, fourth, fifth, he was super down.
Exactly.
Until that kick, when he kicked Kamaru Usman in that face.
Yeah.
With that roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
That just changed the whole industry, bro, in UFC.
100%.
But even his last fight too, when he defeated Usman by unanimous decision.
Yeah.
So now the rivalry's done.
It's done.
Now he's heading to versus Colby
Covington.
So Colby, I know he's the biggest trash talker. Colby. But he's a big trash talker as well, bro. He talks a lot of crap. Yeah. But you know what? That's not going to affect. It's not going to affect Leon Edwards, bro. Leon Edwards is going to stay patient as possible. He knows what what Covey is going to bring into the table.
Yeah.
But he's going to study his fight. And he's going to study what he does on the floor, his grappling.
He's going to take it seriously. But I don't see Colby Covington going past Leon Edwards.
Exactly.
I mean,
I don't want to see him winning that title. But I want Leon Edwards, bro.
Yeah.
This bloke has faith. He has strength. He has patience. Yeah. I know this bloke is going to dominate him.
But anyways, Anthony, moving on. Got announced this week. Team Tszyu facing Brian Mendoza on October 15th in the Gold Coast. In the convention center.
This is a big surprise.
George Rose, former NRL player, said this most likely will be Team Tszyu's final fight in Australia because had he beat Brian Mendoza is ranked second in the division. So had he beat him, I think he's going to go on the world stage, Vegas and whatnot, travel around, and he'll be facing the likes of Terence Crawford, Errol Spence Jr., and possibly Canelo. Look, it's his third fight too. Don't get me wrong, Team Tszyu's been very, very active this year, man. He's on a roll this year. An active fighter, I always say, active fighter is a good fighter. But look, he gets elevated to WBO champion because Jermell Charlo is facing Canelo Alvarez this week. Yeah. So automatically gets relinquished of the title and then it becomes Team Tszyu's title. So Team Tszyu goes from interim champ to WBO champ, which he deserves it. Look, I know Team Tszyu wanted to face Charlo and win the belts, but it didn't turn out that way for him. But he still gets the belt. But yeah, look, I can't wait for this fight. Hopefully, we should go to this fight, man. We should go to the Gold Coast.
I think we should, man. Maybe just go for a night or something.
Team Tszyu's not going to come anytime soon back in Australia.
Yeah, I know.
He's going to be fighting on the world stage, as I said.
Absolutely, man.
But look, Team Tszyu mauls him, I reckon. Surely he mauls him.
Team Tszyu's too strong,
he's on fire, man. He's on fire. Look what he did the last fight. The last fight,
I actually watched that.
It was Carlos Acampo.
Yeah, I
knocked him out, man. Remember, we were at Canterbury Leagues.
Just before I went to Lebanon,
Yeah.
That was crazy, bro. He was...
And a lot of people were writing off Team Tszyu that fight too.
Apparently everyone's like talking crap about him. Yeah. But you know what? That doesn't affect his life, bro. He wants to become a champion, bro. Yeah. I know this bloke's going to become a world champion. Like like his dad, man. I remember his dad, bro. Yeah. His dad, Tszyu, man. Tszyu was like the best champion of all time in Australia. Yeah. But his son's going to take over, man. Yeah. He's taking the legacy as well.
Anyways, man. But look, moving on. Jermell Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez is happening this weekend. This is for the undisputed belts, undisputed against undisputed. I'm surprised this fight hasn't been hyped up as much. This should have been a hyped up fight, man. I haven't heard nothing about this fight, but it's happening this weekend. Jermell Charlo is the underdog in this fight. It's Canelo, man.
Canelo's too strong.
So Jermell Charlo is moving up 2 weight divisions. He's going from super welterweight to super middleweight to face Canelo. That's about almost 10 kilos difference. How I think this fight's going to go, Jermell Charlo is known to be a bit frantic in the ring, a bit impatient. He starts throwing those haymakers, throwing those blows.
Rushing punches.
That's where Canelo comes in. Canelo is nicely timed and measured. He's always that counter puncher. So I feel like he's going to pick apart Jermell Charlo. And I feel like Canelo gets it done round 10 TKO. But look, Charlo does have a lot of attributes too. He's got nice power. He knows how to close the distance well. He's just got to pick his shots. The way Canelo picks his shots, he's got to do the same.
Absolutely,
and just fight a boxing match. Not fight a fight a boxing match. But I want to raise a question. This could be another big factor in this fight. In his last fight, Canelo, John Ryder, this is when he was facing in Mexico. He was facing him over there. It wasn't his greatest performance. He got beat up a bit. I think he finished him off I think it was a unanimous decision win.
Yeah.
I don't think he even finished him off. But it wasn't his greatest performance. Even Canelo said it wasn't his greatest performance. And a lot of people are saying, is Canelo slowing down with age? Is he not his best anymore? If that's the case, Jermell Charlo does have a good case to win against Canelo this week.
Absolutely.
Hopefully Canelo proves why he's still in his prime, because if this fight doesn't go the way he wants it to go, even though he wins, this conversation is going to get even bigger. But hopefully he wins this fight. Canelo really needs a dominant win against an undisputed champion in Jermell Charlo. But yeah, that's happening this weekekend. Hopefully get a bit of content there. Maybe do a reaction. Let us know if you want a reaction video. I'm down to do it. But yeah, that's seems like that's about it for Fight Talk for this week. And yeah.
Well, we're going to now move on to some Wrestle Talk. Few news again in the WWE world. First of all, massive news for Australian fans. They're heading to
we've been waiting for this for a long time.
And it's not any like crown jewel or anything. It's a official WWE main event that's been going on for years, Elimination Chamber. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah, look, it's not like just like a little event that they're putting on, like a super showdown. That was the last one in 2018. Yeah. It's a proper pay-per-view WWE event.
This is going to be the craziest one.
The going to be watching. It's in Perth, man. I can't wait.
I think we're all going to go to. I actually, you know, it's funny because I told you when I called you on the phone, I actually emailed them so they can send us the
details. How much everything is.
They haven't gave us the official
pre-sale tickets.
No, they haven't done the pre-sale. They said on the email I can put a $200 deposit. If I can do that, and then they'll tell us how much the package and all that.
But look, you sure it's not a scam?
No, I got it on my phone.
$200.
Believe you.
I believe it.
No, anyway, believe me. That's fine.
I can't wait.
I'm actually looking forward to this.
Just imagine hearing Cody Rhodes' theme song.
Oh my god!
And just dream that.
That's the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a massive one. Stakes are at its highest. Oh man, I can't wait.
Sami Zayn.
Who knows? A return could happen there. And The Rock might be there because it's WrestleMania.
Maybe,
before the event.
Cena won't be there.
Maybe he will. I don't know.
Maybe he loves Australia. He loves going down there. So
big stars are going to be there because it's Australia.
And
they bring like a few.
Because it's a special event. There has to be. It's going to be.
But don't forget, you got to understand about the Aussie wrestlers too.
Roman Reigns going to be there. That's going to be crazy, bro.
You got to understand Rhea Ripley. Bronson Reed.
They'll be there.
I was actually reading the article today that Bronson Reed's going to turn babyface just for the one day event for the Elimination Chamber. Just for the event. That's it. Bronson Reed.
The Australian fans will cheer because that's usually what
so whoever's Australian, they're going to cheer on him.
Yeah.
So
is it normally 2 elimination matches?
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, it will be.
And then
I think it's going to be for the World Heavyweight title and the WWE Undisputed. Maybe for the number one contender. And then you got the women's as well.
Yeah.
So it has to happen.
But you know, people online from other countries like America, they're all whinging about how they have to wake up at 2 a.m. to watch this event. Go stuff yourselves, man. Honestly, this is our event. We're taking this event.
Yeah,
who said that?
Like, there's this one guy. There's one guy on TikTok. He's saying like, we're gonna wake up at 2 a.m. and go stuff yourselves, man.
Well, everyone wakes up.
Australia's always at the bottom of the barrel.
We always have like UFC matches sometimes. Boxing matches, Premier League matches.
You have to watch it during the night.
I mean, we get UFC during the day. We do get good times. But I'm saying, as in, we're always at the bottom of the barrel. We get no events here. We get no big pay-per-view events.
It's about time.
This is the first big pay-per-view event.
I think
Stop whinging.
You know what? Because now how they're bringing up the actual main event, like coming to Australia, I think they should start doing this for long term. You know, like example, Elimination Chamber or Payback.
Imagine a WrestleMania.
Or Money in the Bank as well.
Imagine WrestleMania here.
Just I wish
Imagine Mania.
WrestleMania down under.
Where are you going to do Mania? That's the big.
What do you mean where?
There could be MCG.
You do it at the core stadium, MCG. There's
or Sydney Cricket Ground. I don't think so.
They're doing that at Perth Stadium because of the Optus Stadium because it's indoor.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
but
it could work at Perth Stadium.
How about WrestleMania down under? What do you think about that?
That'll be mad.
Yeah, that will work.
You do it either a core stadium, MCG. What are the big? Maybe Suncorp Stadium. If you want.
But now since they brought Elimination Chamber, this will probably be not the last one, but it'll be
in a while.
The next one will be in a while. So
I don't think so. I reckon, mark my words. I feel like a WrestleMania is going to happen.
Yeah, it will. I don't know when it will happen
because there's talks of one happening in Britain. In the UK, if that happens first,
then it's going to happen in Australia.
It's going to happen. They're going to go worldwide.
They have to try and change it sometimes.
You can't just stick with the same states. You have to change it up a bit. But I want to ask you boys this question. So when the Elimination Chamber comes to Perth in Optus Stadium, who's going to be in the chamber?
Look, it depends.
Like if it's going to be for the World Heavyweight and the Undisputed.
Okay, let's say it's going to be for Seth Rollins.
Yeah, but for Raw and SmackDown, that's what I want to ask you guys.
Seth Rollins.
No. Without Seth Rollins, like for the number one contender.
Oh,
if it's going to happen before Mania,
yeah, I think it'll be Finn Balor, Damien Priest.
Yeah, they'd probably be in it. Yeah,
I think Jey Uso will be in it because apparently there's rumors he could be the next one in line for that belt. Jey Uso.
It could happen.
Shinsuke could be in it.
Shinsuke, of course, is going to be in it. Maybe AJ Styles.
Potentially 5. He's on SmackDown.
He's on SmackDown.
That makes sense.
Cody Rhodes or
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, yeah, for sure.
Cody Rhodes, yeah.
That's it.
SmackDown, I don't know. SmackDown, of course. AJ Styles, LA Knight.
He's
gunning for it.
AJ Styles.
So look, it's going to be. If
there's tons of
it's coming to Perth, but it's going to be crazy. We're all going to go to that for sure. Everyone's going to that.
We're actually going to go 100%.
But it'll be a
because we've been always talking, bro. WWE has to come here. When they're going to come here? I've been always searching. The normal tours they used to do, but they don't do it anymore here.
Look, it'll be a night to remember. coming to Australia, Elimination Chamber will be a cracking night.
And you know what? I've been to so many WWE live events here in Sydney. I've done it 4 or 5 times. It was actually the best event to go to.
Last week, a lot of wrestlers did
been released.
Yeah, released by the WWE.
I've actually heard about.
I mentioned a few.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler, one of the greatest of all time.
Mustafa
Ali. Rick Boogs and Shelton Benjamin and etc. There's a number of
I'm actually pissed off about how they released Dolph Ziggler, bro. The bloke
let's talk about Dolph Ziggler. He's had a quite successsical.
He actually did.
Yeah, 100%.
His
career's been crazy.
Yeah,
he's been with the company for 19 years.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, 19. Nearly 20
years. Like, look, I get it. Like honestly, he stayed so loyal. I'm on Dolph Ziggler's side,
and he
stayed so loyal to this bloody company. They just showed him the door like he's a nobody. As in, like he was world champion. He never actually got the WWE champion, which a lot of fans.
Everyone was been waiting for that. Yeah, back in 2017,
he got the world heavyweight champion.
He's won the world heavyweight when he cashed it in against Alberto Del Rio.
That was a mad moment.
I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you've noticed. Remember when Dolph Ziggler started wrestling, like back in WWE? You remember DX back in 05, 06?
Yeah.
So he was in the Spirit Squad.
Yes, the Spirit Squad.
When Shawn Michaels and Triple H, when they used to super kick him right in the face.
Even like
I remember those days. They were the funniest days.
John Cena put out a tweet saying the amount of matches he had in WWE. Even he got I reckon John Cena doesn't even agree with this.
Yeah, not
to be that disrespected by a company that you stay loyal for 19 years and just be like basically
and then just walked out
just being basically a jobber for the company.
Exactly.
Is like it's
bogus.
Yeah.
Look,
I reckon he'll go AEW.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah,
he could go. They got
he'll grow there. He'll grow there again.
Yeah.
Look, regardless, he probably was dying out in W. Like he had no storyline, but still,
but he had success.
Get him in. Give him a storyline because it looked like they were making no effort to do something with him.
I get it when the wrestler's not performing. He doesn't have the promo skills, doesn't have the wrestling skills. The bloke had everything.
Yeah.
On the mic, he was exceptional. In the ring, it was an exceptional.
He was good in heel turn as well.
His heel turn, whether it was heel turn or babyface, he was an exceptional wrestler.
He was good. Who was his last tag team partner?
Robert Roode.
Yeah.
Robert Roode.
Yeah.
Bobby Roode.
They won the tag team title as well. The Raw tag team title.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah, look, as I said, he's died out a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the way they've treated him is unfair. But what's your favourite moment? I've already mentioned mine. I think my favourite moment when he cashed in his Money in the Bank against Alberto. That was a very good moment.
What's mine?
My one is
he had a good feud with John Cena too.
Him and Cena with AJ Lee.
Oh, that storyline.
That's right.
That's a good storyline.
Bro, my favourite moment, I don't know if you remember when, I think it was back in 2015, when he exposed the Miz with the photos and when he was naked in the shower. That was the funniest thing.
That was good.
That was my favourite
Mine has to
moment.
be, again, Alberto Del Rio, the cash in.
That was good.
That was raw.
That was a shock.
That was a Raw after WrestleMania happened.
Yeah.
And I don't think he didn't even last long with the belt.
Alberto Del Rio.
No, as in Ziggler.
No, he didn't. But I remember that night, Alberto Del Rio won his match, and he was limping. He was injured.
Yeah.
And then he came out the corner of the ring.
Yeah.
He held his ring and he's trying it. Like I remember it clear. But
I memerised all of it when it happened. Like
that
was
when the
crazy. I
whole
remember watching
crowd
it
was
live.
going nuts.
Crazy, yeah.
When he won the title,
and
everyone
he pinned him, but Alberto Del Rio kicked out. I'm pretty sure
I
and
don't
he
know.
had to fight him.
And also Mustafa Ali, was he treated fairly? Was his release?
He was a good wrestler.
He's actually a pretty decent wrestler, and he was actually meant to be scheduled to fight against Dominic Mysterio
Yes,
for the
that's
North
right. That
American
was right.
title.
Yeah.
I think his release was unfair too because
it was.
I
he
really
was
liked
good.
him.
He started slow, but then you could see his rise. He was starting to get more involved, getting a good storyline. Who was he had that storyline? Oh, Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
That's right. Yeah,
he was doing good, and I think they could have made something out of him. He was on the rise of doing something good, but again, WWE they seem to release some good.
All these wrestlers that left, they
Sound
go
like the Bulldogs.
They'll go to AEW.
Yeah, they will.
of them.
Look, there's a few opportunities they're going to go to.
Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin.
He deserved to get.
Bro, I remember watching this bloke when he started from SmackDown.
We all did.
Yeah,
I remember watching on the
him and Charlie Haas.
Yeah.
And when they became WWE Tag Team Champions, and I don't know if you remember Money in the Bank moments when he was jumping off.
Yeah.
Those moves, man, that was crazy, bro.
He's a top
That was
wrestler.
electric.
Gold fucking
his wrestling gear.
Yeah, that was actually
And his white hair, yeah, exactly.
I feel bad for him because I think he has a chance to be like not the best, but he can play a good role. All the fans,
he had success.
Shelton
all the fans, Shelton
I get
Benjamin,
it.
but the fans. Oh no, I'm talking about Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali.
Yeah. The fans liked him.
Yeah.
I think he was a good wrestler.
Because,
he's not bad at like promos
And he almost won the Money in the Bank, like that clip. Like
that's right.
I feel bad for him because he was a good wrestler.
And this is a great ambassador for like the Saudi Arabia thing that was things that were going like a brand image.
It's a dumb move. AEW for sure will sign him, I reckon. He'll be good there.
Shelton Benjamin's getting a contract with AEW.
It's
and maybe Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali and Dolph Ziggler as well.
Rick Boogs might too.
They're the WCW of the modern era.
Of course, bro.
But yeah, finally, AJ Styles on Friday Night SmackDown
I saw that.
got attacked by Jey Uso and Solo.
Yeah.
Now, I think he's ruled out of the tag team match. Not sure yet, but he never got to sign the contract. If not, if AJ Styles is going to miss out, who do you reckon will tag team with John Cena?
Rock.
It's so hard, this one, man.
I say
Rock.
This is how the fans were commentating, chanting Rocky, when that was happening. So
I think it's right. You know, I think it's right. This is how the rivalry between Rock and Roman starts, or a new storyline with the Bloodline.
Yeah.
That's how it starts.
Because why? You know why? Because
who else is going to go? Tell me.
Look, because AJ Styles
he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone now. So if you're saying of the glimpse, this
Jey
is
Uso? No,
it can't be Jey Uso's on Raw. I'm just saying that if The Rock's going to team up with John Cena, the storyline has to begin from now all the way to the Mania. Like how you said
WrestleMania.
So until he hits the Survivor Series, and then he'll go to elimination, a Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and then Mania.
Yeah.
So I think that might work. So I'll say Dwayne Johnson.
What if something happens to John Cena in that match which sparks like a fight inside of The Rock to like maybe face Roman Reigns later?
Yeah.
Like something big.
But it's gonna happen. I think
if it happens,
this is the time to start the next storyline.
Imagine when Perth comes, we get to see the likes like John Cena again, The Rock again. And we thought those days were over.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
They're going to bring it back somehow.
Especially if you're some man, and the whole crowd goes.
And we've never heard
that
that.
vlog will be crazy.
We've seen Cena live.
Yeah,
we've seen live.
But the last time I saw him live was years ago. Not the last time we went. Yeah, whenever.
We've seen
2017
when we went.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
John Cena.
So it was 2011.
But
we've seen
that's
that was his prime era.
Yeah.
And
imagine first R-Truth.
And
that was too.
Imagine Roman's theme song or Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
It'll be crazy, but I think that's a wrap up for Wrestle Talk. Well, that's a wrap up for Wrestle Talk, and I think a wrap up for the podcast. A great chat, boys. Again, a lot of talk, especially NRL got deep into that. But we're heading over to the grand final this week.
Gonna be a first grand final experience.
Never been to grand final. It's gonna be a nice one too.
Gonna be a crazy grand final. What a way, Broncos Panthers. Probably go there early, get some interviews with the fans. They always do these what do you call it? Fan day thing. So we'll go check it out. But I think that's a wrap up. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and again, Touchline out.